On the campus of Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia. This is ODU men's basketball. This afternoon, it's a non-conference tilt as the Monarchs take on the Revolutionaries of George Washington University. Old Dominion comes in with a record of 3-6, winning over William & Mary on this floor on Monday. Meanwhile, the Revolutionaries come in at 7-2. Their loss on Wednesday to American came in overtime. And hi, everybody. Ted Alexander, joined by Dennis Wolf. And Dennis, an opportunity to see if the Monarchs learned anything from the solid performance against William & Mary that they can take into this game against GW.
And a great opportunity to play an Atlantic 10 team at home, somebody who I think on paper physically they match up with. So it'll come down to a lot of little nuances of the game in regard to how it plays out.
Let's get to our starting lineups. They are presented by Team Monarch partner Pepsi. Pepsi, the official beverage partner of ODU Athletics. Pepsi, that's what I like. First of all, for our visitors from Washington, D.C., Trey Moss will start. He's a 6'3", 385-pound redshirt junior from Orlando, averaging 9 points and 3 rebounds a game. Jacoy Hutchinson is a 6'3", 185-pound sophomore from Laurel, Maryland, averaging 10.5 points, 3 rebounds per contest. Gerald Drum Gould Jr. is a 6'5", 210-pound grad student from Rochester, New York. He went to Pitt and Albany and Delaware. Now he's at GW, averaging 11.5 points and 2.5 rebounds a game. Darren Buchanan Jr. is a 6'7", 235-pound redshirt sophomore. He's from Washington, D.C., and he is the Revolutionaries' leading scorer. 17 points, 8.5 rebounds, 3 assists per ball game. And rounding out the starting lineup for GW, Rafael Castro is a 6'11", 220-pound redshirt junior from Dover, New Jersey, transfer from Providence. He averages 11 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per ball game. Now for the Monarchs of Old Dominion University and head coach Mike Jones. By the way, GW coached by Chris Caputo in his 3rd season. Robert Davis is a 6'6", 185-pound sophomore from Detroit. The transfer from UMass averages 13 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. Jaden Johnson is a 6'2", 206-pound freshman from Waldorf, Maryland, averaging 8.5 points, 3 rebounds, and just under 3 assists per ball game. Stephon Walker is a 6'7", 216-pound junior from Washington, D.C. Walker averages 6 points, a team best 6.8 rebounds per ball game. Sean Duragordon led the team in scoring with 24 against William & Mary. He's a 6'6", 216-pound junior from Harlem, New York. He's averaging 13 points and 6.5 rebounds a game. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Monarchs this afternoon, Caleb Swanton Roger, a 7', 227-pound junior from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He's a transfer from Maryland who averages 4.5 points and just over 5 rebounds a game. Dennis set the stage for this one as we get ready for one of the final non-conference games of the year.
As always with this group, I think we'll get a pretty good indicator how the game starts out. So that's my first thought is let's get off to a good start. Let's not allow GW to knock the Monarchs back on their heels to start.
That's what they're going to try and do. They're going to try and bully the Monarchs toward the hole for easy layup.
And, having coached a long time, Ted, I'm sure that's the message that Coach Caputo's been giving his team since their loss Wednesday night to American.
The game American, they were down double digits in the second half, was GW. Came back to get right back in the ball game, but then with GW having a 3-point lead with under 5 seconds to go, they didn't foul the 3-point shooter. The 3-point shooter hit one at the buzzer, and they went into overtime. American soared to a 10-point win.
And having watched the game, Ted, it was an interesting game. It was a perfect storm of bad things for GW. American shot incredibly well from the 3-point line. GW missed a bunch of foul shots, and then, as you said, they chose not to foul when they looked like it was a pretty good opportunity to put the guy on the line.
I guess we're hoping for not a perfect storm of bad things for the Monarchs here today.
No, we're hoping for a continuation of a bad week for the Revolutionaries. It's hard for me to get on board with the Revolutionaries.
I understand. It's a revolutionary decision they've made, but they went from Colonials, and now they're the Revolutionaries, and they'll come out wearing the blue uniforms with the gold and white trim. George, the number, and Washington across the front. Names and numbers on the back. They'll be moving from right to left towards the world's largest naval base. Monarchs come out with the white uniforms with the Hudson blue trim. Monarchs across the front with a number underneath, name and number on the back. They'll be moving from left to right toward downtown Norfolk. So here we are on the first Saturday in December, ready for some Monarch basketball wherever you may be on this Saturday. We appreciate you joining us. Our officials today are Chuck Jones, Errol Lewis, and Nicholas Eater. And we are ready for basketball at Chartway Arena, Old Dominion, and George Washington for the 14th time. The tap is controlled by the Revolutionaries, and we are underway from Chartway Arena. Drumgoole goes top of the circle to Castro at 6'11", a larger force than anybody at William & Mary had. Taking it to the hole, Hutchinson throws it up and in.
Right away, too easy, Ted. 3 dribbles right to the rim.
2-0 for GW after their first possession. Here's Jaden Johnson running the show as a freshman for the Monarchs. Gets a screen from Caleb Swanton-Roger. Skip pass left-hand side to Walker. Walker spins, short corner, gets to the left box, has it knocked away, picks it up with 18 to shoot. Plenty of time on the clock, but he's going to go to work downstairs and throws it up and in.
Stefan uses his body well when he has a little bit of time in the lane.
Had a lot of time in the lane right there, and he tied the ball game at 2-2, 50 seconds in. Trey Moss gets the ball to Hutchinson. This is Buchanan Jr. He likes to do it all. He and Hutchinson have been buddies for a long time. Here's Hutchinson for the long three that's well off the mark. Drew Gordon his first rebound. Johnson into the front court. These teams know each other. Of course, Mike Jones spent a long time in the D.C. area at Tamatha and then at Maryland. This is going to get knocked out of bounds. Monarch basketball, 18 to shoot.
Monarch's going to have to be careful. Jaden was a little bit loose with the ball there, Ted. They're going to have to be strong handling the ball.
Buchanan and Hutchinson are a couple of junkyard dog type players defensively. And you've got Hutchinson on the freshman Johnson, who gets a screen from Swanton-Roger. Left-hand wing, this is Robert Davis Jr., puts it on the deck, has the ball knocked away, steal for GW. Buchanan into the front court, right-hand corner, gets the ball to Trey Moss. Moss goes baseline against Davis Jr., gets into the paint, outside, and here's Drumgoole, the three-pointer that's no good. And we've got a tie-up, and that will be Monarch basketball with 18:21 to go in the first. We're tied at 2.
That was a good effort to clear the defensive board by both Cal and Stefan. They're going to need to continue to have that mindset.
Passive pressure in the backcourt from Hutchinson on Jaden Johnson, but he gets into the front court. High post left side to Swanton-Roger. Now Walker on the right-hand side drives against Buchanan, then fades and fires, and that's no good. Offensive rebound goes off GW out of bounds. Swanton-Roger battled for it, and Drumgoole knocked it out of bounds. Monarch basketball, 19 to shoot.
Cal did a good job there, Ted, of getting his hand on the ball without fouling.
Davis to inbound, baseline left. Monarchs attacking the bucket to our right in a 2-2 ball game. 18:03 to go in our first half. Pulls the ball over the head, loops it into Swanton-Roger at the top of the circle, quickly to Jaden Johnson. Man-to-man defense from GW. This is Walker. Walker, snap pass, right blocks, awful pass, picked off, but then stolen away by Duragordon. Sean Duragordon brings it back out. 7 on the shot clock. He doesn't realize it. Gets it to Jaden Johnson. Shot clock's frozen at 7. Not sure what they're going to do about this except throw the ball away.
Well, it went to 17, and then all of a sudden they snapped it back. It was just, they should have checked on that at the change of possession.
Now it's at 1, and we still have a problem with it. Now they get it to the 30. Here we go. So that was a possession that was going to go up in smoke in a hurry. Now they're going to check on the clock.
And they're doing the right thing, Ted. There was a change of possession, so there should have been a reset of the clock, and there wasn't.
Well, can we throw the challenge flag and get the ball back? We can do whatever. It's the holidays.
With you here, Ted, whatever you determine should happen, we're going with.
Today's contest is presented by Team Monarch partner ODU Global. Education for your world. Visit online.odu.edu for more information on ODU Global. So 2-2 the score here early. You can tell that the defense from GW is ready to be a little on the tenacious side. The Monarchs have to be ready for that, and that means no soft passes and going to the ball when a pass is coming toward you, those type of things that you might take for granted, but oftentimes you don't.
Well, you're going to have to protect the ball when you have it. When you're dribbling it or you're trying to make a pass, they're going to be active on the ball.
The official word is the clock was sticking and everything's fine.
We
I haven't heard that before.
Well, we could have determined that, Ted. The clock stuck.
Now it seems to be unstuck, and we're ready to get back to basketball here in Norfolk.
Those are the kind of answers I give my wife when she asks me about something. I say, I don't know, it's stuck.
Yeah.
And then she then determines how to unstuck it.
All right, so it's GW basketball, game tied 2-2, 17:43 allegedly. We'll say allegedly until the clock starts moving. Now it's moving. All right, here we go. High post right-hand side. This is Darren Buchanan Jr. Guarded by Stephon Walker. Pass to Drumgold. Gets to the foul line. Backed up. Great backdoor cut. Layup, no, but a foul's called. And it'll be Moss going to the free throw line after the Robert Davis Jr. personal.
And not a good play. There was no reason for Robert Davis to be denying his man out on the wing, and then he gets caught in a back cut.
GW does 13 for 27 from the free throw line against American in an overtime loss. That one's up and in for Trey Moss, and he gives his team a 3-2 lead here with 17:29 to play in the first.
And that was really out of character for them, Ted. They've shot free throws pretty well as a group the whole year.
Second one, swish, and it's 4-2. Well, the problem they ran into is Buchanan went to the line 21 times, only made 10 of them. That'll butcher your average. 17:22 to play in the first half, 4-2 GW. Here's Swanton Roger, dribble handoff at the top of the circle to Duragordon. He's going to rise for the 18-footer, and that's well off the mark. Long rebound comes down to Buchanan, and he'll go coast to coast if you let him. Crosses over on Walker, lefty layup blocked by Swanton Roger, but a foul is called on Caleb. That'll be his first.
And that's what happens when teams drive the ball to the basket and you don't control the dribble further out. You're going to get the Monarch post players in foul trouble, which not a good thing for the Monarchs.
So here's Buchanan, a 66% free throw shooter, went 10 for 21 last game, and he rattles the first one home, and it's a 5-2 lead for GW and a sleepy start to this contest here in Norfolk. Second one from the redshirt sophomore. That's a brick. No good, but there's Moss with the rebound. To Buchanan. Now to Hutchinson. One bounce off Castro's foot and out of bounds. Castro wanted to set the screen. Hutchinson wanted to pass the ball, and the result was a turnover, and the Monarchs take over, looking to get a bucket here for the first time in a while.
Well, they need to get a good shot on this possession, Ted.
Devin Caesar off the bench for a little instant offense. He'll be at the scorer's table coming in the next dead ball as Johnson goes down the right-hand side, runs into the 6'11 Castro, brings it back outside to Robert Davis Jr. Holds over the head, works against the smaller Moss, brings it back to Johnson at the top. 13 to shoot. Jaden, step back, elbow, jumper, good.
Real nice use of his body again, getting a shot off over the 6'9 Castro.
5-4 Revolutionary, 16:32 to play in the first. Looping pass goes to Buchanan. Again, man-to-man defense. Gets the ball to Drumgold, guarded by Duragordon. Gets right past him. Blocked by Caleb Swanton Roger. And here's Jaden Johnson. One headman pass into the corner. Davis back to Johnson. He'll take a right wing three. Go! Oh, defense to offense for the Monarchs. And they've got a lead.
Jaden Johnson has consistently made good plays. He made his first 2 threes against William & Mary. Now it's his 3 in a row for him, Ted.
And a nice decision by Robert Davis to get the ball back to the trailer on the right wing.
Very good decision.
7-5 Old Dominion, 15:54 to play in our first half. Castro gets the ball. Here's a long three. Buchanan, no good. Rebound tapped away from Castro. Grabbed by Drumgold. Gets it back to Moss. So another possession for GW. 15 to shoot. Top of the circle, it's Castro at 6'11". Swanton Roger plays off him as they get the ball to Hutchinson. Hutchinson into the paint. Nobody's there. Layup. Off the back of the iron. No good. Davis Jr. got lucky there because he laid off the man, and the man missed the bunny. Into the front court come the Monarchs with 15:22 to play in the half. Jaden Johnson, Caleb Swanton Roger. Foul line. Jump. Good.
And that was the most controlled, smooth-flowing jump shot I think Cal's taken this year.
9-5 Old Dominion. 15:07 to play first half. Buchanan crosses over Walker, gets into the paint, spins, up and under move, drives, dishes, thrown up, no, but a foul is called, and it'll be the Revolutionaries going to the free throw line. as Cal Swanton Roger picks up his second personal foul. Timeout on the floor, 15 to play in our first half. Monarchs with a nice little 5-0 run. They lead GW 9-5. Now this from Team Monarch partner Pepsi. Pepsi, now that's what I like.
Clear.
Those sandwich reviews, we've got the tips and tricks for the best sandwich order. It all starts with this little guy right here. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Partial to pastrami, craving the cubano. Yeah, sounds delicious, but boom! Add the crisp, refreshing taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar and cue the fireworks. Lunch, dinner, or late night, it'll be a sandwich worth celebrating. Trust me, your boy's eaten a lot of sandwiches in his day, and the one thing I can say with absolute fact, every bite is better with Pepsi.
Come around to brighter
Come on
days
now.
with
Come on
Chartway
now.
Credit Union. We've got the tools, technology, and people to help you reach your life goals. As a Chartway member, you'll not only get great rates on savings and auto and home loans, but flexible checking options too. And you'll also be supported by people who live and work right here in Hampton Roads. Get started now and unlock your possible. Find your time to shine today at Chartway.com. Chartway Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
She would have been way more effective without.
Not everyone can upload an entire image library while directing a photo shoot and managing online bookings plus a website portfolio while simultaneously
so much.
answering client calls after finding the perfect lighting and capturing the perfect expression. Whew. But you have what it takes. And at Cox Business, we have the IT solutions to help you manage it all. Visit coxbusiness.com for details. All service
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3.
Radio Network.
Monarch basketball presented by Chicho's. Chicho's have been serving more than pizza since 1968. Visit one of their 9 locations today. Chicho's Pizza. Ted Alexander, Dennis Wolf here at Chartway Arena, Richie Somerville in our Monarch Game Day studios in Virginia Beach. Monarchs lead at 9-5 with 15 to go in the half. Dennis, your thoughts on the first segment?
We talked about getting off to a good start, and I would say that the Monarchs have done that. They've kind of matched the physicality of GW to this point, and thanks to Jaden, they've had a nice little stretch offensively here.
Revolutionaries hit their first shot. They've missed their last 4. And as we come back, it'll be Castro going to the line for a couple of shots. He's a 71% free throw shooter, averages 11 a game. First one's good. And after having a miserable day at the free throw line on Wednesday in the overtime loss at American, the Revolutionaries are now 4 for 5 from the stripe to get things started here in Norfolk. Second foul shot is good. Smooth looking stroke.
Well, typical of the way they play, Ted, they've already shot 6 free throws, and the Monarchs haven't shot one yet.
Sean Hansen, a 6'9 grad student from Ramsey, New Jersey, out of Cornell, comes in as they go to full court pressure. Also into the ballgame, Christian Jones, who's applying the pressure in the backcourt to Jaden Johnson, who breaks that press. Gets the ball to Stephon Walker. High post left-hand side. Danny Pounds is into the ballgame for Old Dominion. Dribbles to the foul line. Goes to Duragordon. He'll take a right wing 3. That's off the mark. And the rebound to an uncontested Trey Autry, the 6'4 sophomore from Janesville, New York.
Son of the Syracuse coach.
Buchanan. Long jumper. No good. Long rebound. Drumgoole comes up with it on the left side. Slotted by Danny Pounds. Good recovery defense from Pounds, and the Monarchs are in their front court with a 9-7 lead with 14:20 to go in our first half. Jaden Johnson to Pounds. He'll take a 3, and he'll whiff on a 3. But the layup is there for Walker.
Good job by Stephon. Danny Pounds he's been studying like Steph Curry videos. He's now
1 for 14 from 3 this year. Meanwhile, in the front court, it's Christian Jones. Picks up the dribble, gets it to Buchanan. Now to Hansen. Hansen leaves the ball for Jones. Jones gets into the paint, gets up in the air, goes to Drumgoole deep on the left wing with 13 to shoot. Drumgoole takes it down the left-hand side, probes his way to the hole, misses the layup. Pounds there for the rebound. That's Duragordon for the rebound for Old Dominion. 11-7 Monarchs, 13:40 to play in the first. This is a 7-2 GW team. Only losses to Kansas State and to American. Picks up the dribble. They double team him there, giving him some help, fellas. He throws it into the corner, caught there, and that shot's blocked. And Devin Caesar's fouled, shooting a 3, and Chris Caputo, the head coach of the Revolutionaries, can't believe it.
We didn't have a great view of it, Ted. You'll see the replay here.
They call it on Gerald Drumgoole.
And it looks like he had a valid beef. He blocked the shot, and then Devin fell afterwards. But nonetheless,
Caesar will get 3. He's the 6'1 junior from Waldorf, Maryland. First one, good. And you said off the air before we got underway here, Dennis, a lot of these guys, coaches, players, know each other from the DMV.
So they're playing ball in the summer, playing against each other in high school. So there's going to be an added level of competitiveness to this game.
Devin's made his first 2. Caden Diggs into the ball game for Old Dominion, along with Robert Davis Jr., Devin Caesar, Danny Pounds, and Stephon Walker. One more foul shot for Caesar toward the bucket to our right. It is up, and it is good. 14-7 Old Dominion as Caesar goes 3 for 3 from the stripe.
And Devin now will be the point guard with Jaden getting a short rest.
Hutchinson gets the ball to Buchanan, right-hand side, Jones. Jones on the wing, doesn't shoot over Caden Diggs, snaps the ball down, and the shot is up and no good for Trey Autry, but he'll go to the line. Another foul drawn by the Revolutionaries.
And
Davis will pick up his second, Davis Jr.
And it's just a breakdown defensively. Robert just fell asleep for a second, and Autry back cut him, and he then fouled him again on the shot.
14-7 Old Dominion, 13-14 to go in the half. Autry's first free throw is up and good. He's a 74% free throw shooter, averages just under 10 a ball game. That's his first tonight. Walker and Diggs and Pounds and Davis Jr. and Caesar on the floor for Mike Jones. Second foul shot, swish.
And it looks like Coach Jones is going to leave Robert Davis Jr. in to try to give him a chance to
get going a
little bit of a rhythm.
Here's Caesar racing into the front court to our right. Monarchs with a 14-9 lead. Caesar guarded man-to-man by Jones. A lot of dribbling. Looking for a pass. Chest pass to Walker on the right wing. Penetrates, then leaves for Walker. Walker gets it back to Walker from Davis Jr. 11 to shoot. Brings it out to Caesar. Caesar hoists a long 3. That's way off the mark. But the offensive rebound comes to Danny Pounds, and he's fouled there by Trey Autry. Danny's active on the boards to start things here today, and Jaden Johnson will come back in for Robert Davis Jr., who leaves with a couple of fouls here in the early going. Inbounds play for Old Dominion. Jaden Johnson triggers at baseline right, holds over the head, quickly left-hand side. Caesar layup, good.
And that's a total breakdown by GW for the Monarchs to be able to pass it across the baseline for a layup on an out-of-bounds play.
16-9 the lead for Old Dominion. 12:35 to go in our first half. Buchanan, high post right side to Hanson. Hanson guarded by Pounds, goes to Jones. A lefty 3 is good. That one got over Caden Diggs.
Well, and he had his feet set, and he looked like he has a nice, smooth release.
Lefty Tiny Archibald release there. Bumbled turnover in the front court. Jones at the other end. He's going to drive and lay it up and in. Monarchs bumbled and stumbled, and Jones has 5 quick points, and the lead is down to 16-14.
And that should never happen, Ted, with both Jaden and Caesar in the game. Somebody has to take care of the backcourt when the ball's turned over.
Here's Johnson with the screen from Pounds waiting. Gets past him, runs into Hanson in the right-hand corner. They double team him, skip pass, awful. Stolen there by Buchanan. Left-hand side, Jones. Jones, drive and dish, and fouled on his way to the hole was Darren Buchanan. He'll go to the line. Monarchs again making some bad passes. Not a good segment for Old Dominion. Timeout on the floor, 11:48 to play in the first half. Monarchs 16, George Washington 14 on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
At Centera,
Clear.
every day. And when it comes to your health, the best defense starts with a strong offense. That's why Centera Health Plans provides quality care and coverage for individuals, families, and businesses of all sizes. Our members benefit from progressive plans and products, including access to virtual care, health and wellness programs, and even special discount programs. Centera Health Plans is the trade name of Centera Health Plans, Centera Health Insurance Company, Centera Health Administration Incorporated, and Centera Behavioral Health.
For some, it's just a game. But you know it's more. It's knowing a team can do more than any one individual can do alone. We agree, and that's how we play. At Town Bank, we believe in partnering with you. We support your dreams, and we prove it every day by helping make dreams reality. Town Bank and the Town family of companies, serving others, enriching lives. Member FDIC.
Atlantic Orthopedic Specialists keep you moving and doing what you love. As the region's largest, most comprehensive orthopedic practice, they've been serving Hampton Roads for over 100 years. Multiple locations across Hampton Roads, 24 physicians, and 8 different specialties. Find the scoliosis, sports medicine, hand to shoulder, total joint replacement, foot and ankle, orthopedic oncology, pain management, physical therapy, and with their AOS Now walk-in clinic, no appointment is necessary. As leaders in orthopedic health, Atlantic Orthopedic
10,
the team physicians for Old Dominion University.
5, 4, 3.
It's Radio Network.
11:48 to play in our first half. Old Dominion 16, George Washington 14. A 5-0 run from the Revolutionaries, aided by the Monarchs bumbling and stumbling.
Careless passing, Ted. You're not going to be able to jump in the air and throw a cross-court pass like Jaden just tried there. And when we turned it over that quickly, they haven't recovered. The Monarchs have not recovered defensively, which has enabled them to get numbers and run out.
As we come back to action, it'll be Darren Buchanan going to the line. He's got 1 point. He's 1 for 2 from the stripe. Meanwhile, GW is 7 for 8 from the stripe. He'll get 2. First one up with the right hand, good. Monarchs shooting 54% from the field. GW 3 for 10, 30%. But Old Dominion's turned it over 4 times. That's led to 4 Revolutionary points. One more here for Buchanan. Out of D.C., a transfer from Virginia Tech, gets the roll on that one. So he goes 2 for 2. So it's R.J. Blakeney into the ball game for the first time here today, along with Sean Duragordon and Jaden Johnson, Danny Pounds, and Caden Diggs. Full court pressure from GW as Blakeney gets the ball in with a 1-bounce pass. Now it's Jaden Johnson against the defensive stylings of Christian Jones, and Jaden's into the front court with a left-hand dribble. High post left side. This is Danny Pounds. He turns on Hanson, takes the jumper from there and hits it. That's more in Danny's range right there, the elbow jumper for his first bucket.
And Danny always kind of teases you with that soft touch he has, Ted.
18-16, Old Dominion. Meanwhile, taking it all the way to the hole, bringing it back outside. Jones fakes the 3, gets past the defense, swings it back to the right-hand wing. Now Jones receives the pass back from Autry. Jones with a screen, gets to the elbow, right-hand corner. Hanson for 3, good. Sean Hanson left open for 3, shoots 55% from beyond the arc, and that gives the Revolutionaries a 19-18 lead.
And that was a good offensive set that time by the Revolutionaries.
Here's Johnson almost losing the basketball, saved by Pounds on the end line. No, he couldn't. Jaden had the record going 45, and the turntable was spinning 50.
He clearly got sped up, Ted, in basketball terms.
$10:56 to play in our first half. Monarchs off until next Sunday when it's another matinee, a 1 o'clock tip against the Huskies of Northeastern, part of a doubleheader. And look at this, Ben Nacy goes to the scorer's table. He'll be checking in shortly. Here's Hutchinson on the right wing, guarded man-to-man by Duragordon. Alley-oop downstairs, awful pass. Castro couldn't get to it. Good front-back defense from Diggs.
That whole play looked awful from beginning to end, Ted.
Nacy in, Pounds out. You've got Caleb Swanton, Roger with 2 personal fouls. Danny needs a rest, so in comes Ben Nacy, the 6'8 freshman from Cox High School in Virginia Beach. He's on the right blocks. He's got the basketball now working against Hanson. Puts his shoulder in, spin move, little push shot, good. Ben Nacy's on the board with his first bucket.
And the coaches have been very high on Ben Nacy in terms of his skill and what they thought he could bring to the Monarchs this year.
20-19 Old Dominion. Pass stolen by Blakeney. Headman pass left-hand side. Jaden Johnson alley-oop toward Diggs. Makes the catch under the bucket. Brings it back outside smartly to Blakeney at the top for 3. No good. And the rebound comes down to Hanson.
But a smart play by Caden to not try to force it up and to get a good shot.
Drumgold spins past Duragordon, takes it to the hole, drive, and dish. And the layup blocked from behind by Nacy. Duragordon has the basketball off the great block from Ben. Jaden Johnson into the front court. Chest pass to Duragordon. Down the left side he goes. All the way. Throws it off glass. No good. Rebound back tap to Johnson. Right-hand side. Blakeney fakes the 3. Drives right side. Gets to the block. Brings it back to Johnson. Here's a 3. Good!
He may never miss again, Ted.
8 points for Jaden Johnson, and the Monarchs have a 23-19 lead, 9:40 to play in the first. I'll hold you to that. Castro, left-hand side. Hutchinson drives to the hole, throws it up. No good, but he's drawn a foul from Sean Duragordon, his first.
And if they're going to switch that like they look like they were going to do that time, Sean needs to switch out a little bit higher so he's not on the side of the guy driving the ball.
Monarch basketball presented in part by High Val Industries. Visit highval.com for all your hydraulic needs. High Val proudly serving their customers for over 45 years. More foul shots for the Revolutionaries. This is Jacoy Hutchinson. First one is no good. He's got 2 points, and that's his first try from the stripe. Diggs out, Caesar in for Mike Jones and the Monarchs with a 23-19 lead. Here's another free throw for the sophomore from Laurel, Jacoy Hutchinson. That one's no good. Macy the rebound. Cooling off from the stripe by these Revolutionaries. Johnson into the front court, dribble handoff to R.J. Blakeney. Works the right side, then he hands it to Duragordon. One bounce, top of the circle to Nacy. Nacy into the right-hand corner to Blakeney. Dribbles out of there to the elbow. Rises, fires, misses. Rebound, batted around, grabbed by Trey Moss. Moss leads the break. Left-hand side, Duragordon. This is Drumgoole. Drumgoole on the left baseline. Stepped on the end line. Good defense from R.J. Blakeney there.
It is a little bit of a twister with Duragordon and Drumgoole.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to help you out, Ted.
I appreciate that.
Very rarely do you make a mistake, and I want to make sure it wasn't your fault.
If I had $1 for every mistake I made, I wouldn't be doing this.
Ooh.
Believe me. For 2 reasons. A, too many mistakes. And B, too much dough from being paid $1 for each one of them. All right, here's Jaden Johnson into the front court. A screen from Nacy. Jaden gets the right-hand baseline. Into the left-hand corner, skip pass. Walker spins against Moss. Doing a lot of burrowing. A lot of dribbling, nothing going on. Gets it to Johnson with 10 to shoot. Jaden Johnson crosses over on Jones. Gets to his favorite spot, the elbow. Shots short. Castro clears the board for GW. Pass to Jones now. He's a left-hander. Keep that in mind. Crosses over on Johnson. Gets nowhere. Brings it back outside. 8:30 to play in the half. 23-19 Old Dominion. Jones steps back. Then drives to the right-hand side into the corner. Moss goes short corner. Dribbles out of there. 9 to shoot. Drumgoole against Blakeney. Backs it up. Nothing going on. Left-hand side. This is Buchanan. He takes the 10-footer. He misses the 10-footer. And Walker has the rebound for Old Dominion. Good defensive stretch for the Monarchs. Into the front court comes Stephon Walker between his legs. One bounce to Johnson. Left-hand side. Devin Caesar. Caesar against Drumgoole. Gets right by him. Drives into the corner. Open three. Johnson, no good. Offside rebound grabbed by Castro of GW.
Nice pass by Caesar that time.
Drumgoole almost loses it in the left-hand corner, but he's got it. And he loops it back outside, and Darren Buchanan Jr. will try and settle this Revolutionary team down with 7:45 to go in the half. 23-19 Old Dominion.
And they've been dribbling the heck out of the ball the last 2 possessions.
Moss hits Zippo with that one. And that'll bring us to a timeout. So Trey Moss will get a chance to think about that ball gathering Moss as it rolls up the VOM. It hit nothing. And
that was like a field goal that went wide left.
Yes, it was. Exactly like that.
Well, on a championship Saturday in college football, thought it'd be a good analogy.
It was a good thought.
Thank you.
It's the execution that was lacking. 23-19.
It's windy in here, though.
It is windy. What's the score? 23-19. Monarchs lead GW. 7:36 to play in the half on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Atlantic Bank cleared ownership. They're also proud to be the official mortgage company of ODU Athletics. Your hometown lender loves helping Monarch alumni, the Hampton Roads community, and beyond create strong financial futures with
here we go, the half-court
mortgage
shot.
products, local market knowledge, and service that will keep you smiling from contract to the closing
That's
table.
a pretty good look.
Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, lending
But he'll get a
peace
home
of mind
version of our
since
game, which is always good.
1996. Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, LLC, and
Remember the game shows they used to give you home versions?
Yes. I had a guy on my staff at Virginia Tech that could stand with his back to the rim and throw it backward over his head and make more than anybody
The
could.
Nancy Lieberman. That's the Nancy Lieberman special.
I think I remember it being named after Nancy. She might have named it herself.
Furniture store brand in North America. Shop all 6 Ashley and the new Ashley outlets in Hampton Roads and start saving big today.
You are the North Star, the guiding light for the ones you love. Where you lead, they follow. And when you take care of yourself, they can stay healthy and strong, like you. You are the center of their universe. And the first step to their good health is yours.
10,
Specialty and emergency care. Healthcare for the universe of you.
5, 4, 3.
Radio Network.
7:36 to play in our first half. 23-19 Old Dominion. Monarchs are shooting 47%. GW does 29. Monarchs 2 for 7 from 3. The Revolutionaries 2 for 6. And in terms of rebounding, a 13-9 edge for Old Dominion. Dennis, your thoughts on the first half so far?
Considering that Sean and Robert Davis neither have scored, and the Monarchs have more than held their own on the glass, I would say this is the start they were looking for. And we have to credit Ben Nacy. This is not an easy thing for somebody in his position to come in and look comfortable. One of the things I've noticed, he does simple things, Ted. He can pass and catch the ball, which enables them to smoothly run offense.
Which is something you can't take for granted in any basketball player. That's a skill you need to have, and not everybody does. Johnson into the front court with Nacy and Caesar and Blakeney and Walker on the floor for ODU. Caesar goes to Johnson, 15 to shoot, directing traffic from deep on the left wing, guarded man-to-man by Jones. Jones knocks the ball away, 9 to shoot now. Jaden Johnson, top of the circle, gets a screen from Nacy, left-hand side to Walker. Walker fakes left, gets the elbow, rises, fires, and hits.
Good patience by Jaden to not force something up there.
He can get a lot done in 10 seconds, and it's 25-19 Old Dominion. Monarchs' largest lead of the half was 7. GW came back to take a 1-point lead. And now the lead after the block from Nacy is 25-19. Here's Caesar. Puts it in third gear. Now coast to the right-hand wing. Chest pass back to Jaden Johnson to the top of the circle. He's guarded by the taller Darren Buchanan. A screen from Nacy clears everybody out of the way. Johnson goes to Caesar. Caesar into the corner. This is Walker. He'll fire a three. That's around the rim. No good. Rebound tapped by Nacy, and it's grabbed by GW's Buchanan. Buchanan.
A good shot, though, off good ball movement.
Autry now against Blakeney's man-to-man. Tries to cross him over. Goes to Castro at the top. Castro chest pass to Buchanan. No one's guarding him beyond the three-point arc because he's going to take it to the hole against Stephon Walker. Brings it back to Jones. He'll fire a three, and he'll hit a three.
Well, they have to recognize the scouting report. Devin is guarding him, and he's clearly their best three-point shooter. So you have to be out a little bit further on him.
He's got 8 points, and the lead is 25-22 for Old Dominion. 5:54 to play in the first half. Nacy has the basketball, gets it to Jaden Johnson. Johnson to the elbow, keeps the dribble going, goes to Nacy at the top. He'll take the 16-footer. That's way off the mark, but there's Stephon Walker with the offensive rebound. Out to Johnson for three in the wing. It's good.
He had a miss in between, Ted, but he's now made 3 threes.
11 points for Jaden Johnson, 28-22 Old Dominion, 5.5 to play in the first. Here's Castro turning on Nacy.
Great job by Stephen keeping it alive.
Here's Moss taking it to the hole, drives, throws it up off glass, affected by Nacy, no good. Caesar has the rebound, and he's leading a 3-on-3 break. Devin stops and pops a 17-footer, goes 16 feet, no good. Fouls his shot, but fumbles it off his shin out of bounds.
I think everybody in the building knew once he crossed half court what was happening on that play, Ted.
The ODU men's basketball season presented by Bon Secours. With Bon Secours, it's never been easier to stay engaged in your health care your way. Bon Secours, primary specialty and emergency care for the universe of you. Nacy gets a nice round of applause as he heads to the Monarch bench. Back in is Danny Pounds. Again, Caleb Swanton Roger has 2 personal fouls. Monarchs with a 6-point lead, 5:10 to play in the half. GW with the basketball. Out of the Atlantic 10 comes in at 7-2. Chest pass, left side, Autry, catch, shoot, hit.
And he's percentage-wise their best three-point shooter, and that was a good set play.
28-25 Old Dominion. Dribble handoff to Stephon Walker. Walker spins, tries to get the ball back to Diggs. It's stolen by Autry. Autry drives, double-pumping layup, no good. Rebound batted around, grabbed by Jones. GW with the basketball. Off the Monarch turnover, and here's Jones. Calling a play to Hanson at the top. Hands the ball off to Autry. Autry's three is no good. Walker the rebound for Old Dominion. Caesar and Johnson on the court. exchanging a pass here. Jaden with a screen from Pounds. Goes back to Danny. Danny all the way into the paint. Throws it up, partially blocked by Hansen. And he comes down with the basketball. Nice defensive play there. GW in the front court as they move right to left in this first half, down by 3. Jones into the left-hand corner. Buchanan has it. They're playing way off Buchanan because he's ready to put it on the deck and go to the hole. Chest pass, right-hand side. Ball's lost, stolen there by Jaden Johnson. Johnson leads the break. Into the right-hand corner. Open 3. Caesar. No good. Rebound. Pounds on the offensive glass on the left block. He loses it off his hands, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Revolutionaries. Monarch basketball. When we return, 3:51 to play in the half. Old Dominion 28, GW 25. This is the ODU Sports Radio Network.
At ODU Global,
Clear.
because you are. Whether it's day one or a do-over, whether you're following the footsteps of a legacy or charting your own course, free credit evaluations help you get the most from your prior
All right,
credits
so we've
and
got
military or work
seats 28.
experience, so you can finish your degree faster. ODU Global, education for where you are and for where you want to go, for your world. Apply now at online.odu.edu today.
Toyotathon is on, making now the perfect time to stop by your local Toyota dealer to check out all the great vehicles in Toyota's lineup, like the exciting new 25 Camry, stylish Corolla, or adventure-ready RAV4, all with great MPGs. Or hop in a rugged Tacoma or Tundra, ready for anything and everything you need to haul home for the holidays. Visit buyatoyota.com for local inventory, great deals, and more. But hurry, offers end January 6th. Toyota, let's go places.
As the leader in modern indoor comfort across Monarch Nation, Bryant strives to help ODU fans discover.
All right, I found my scoring discrepancy, and I'm
they're focused
back
on
to
their
normal.
customers' needs, and they offer a proven track record of success, just like your ODU Monarchs. Bryant Indoor Comfort Solutions are designed, built, and supported by
As they're
a
playing one of my
network
least favorite
industry
songs
experts
ever.
across the state of Virginia. To find
They-
your local
the whole
expert,
playlist
visit
today is not up to your,
ODU.com. Bryant is the official.
Well, this just sounds like a horse getting
partner
its
of ODU
throat
Athletics.
slit.
5 seconds.
Wow.
4, 3, 2.
Holiday basketball, the Chartway Arena in Norfolk. Old Dominion and George Washington. Monarchs on top 28-25 with 3:51 to go in the half. Chartway Credit Union is the official credit union of the Old Dominion Athletic Department. Chartway Credit Union, big enough to empower you, small enough to remember you. Become a member today. All right, Dennis. Got to be pretty pleased with what you've seen thus far.
I would say so far they've stayed with the game plan. They've guarded pretty well without fouling. They're forcing GW into a lot of contested shots. And offensively, they've moved the ball pretty well.
In terms of team fouls, GW with 2, the Monarchs with 6. Old Dominion to inbound, baseline left. You can just get this horse to go sit over in the corner here. Thank you. All right, Caesar to trigger the play, baseline left. Nacy, Duragordon, Walker, and Johnson on the floor. They bring it into Nacy in the left-hand corner, guarded man-to-man by Hansen. Hands back to Caesar, and he's fouled there by Trey Autry, who picks up his second personal. Just the third team foul on GW.
Good job by Ben Nacy, again, holding his ground and being a receiver on that out-of-bounds play.
It's a big kid, big, strong kid out of Virginia Beach. A soft pass comes in, and Walker makes a nice grab in front of Buchanan. And here's Caesar getting his way, driving, dishing, and the layup is missed by Duragordon, and then he gets fouled.
Another good pass by Devin, though. That's 2 times this half. He's penetrated and looked for someone else.
Buchanan picks up his first, and it looks like Duragordon is going to go to the line for the first time, looking for his first point. Went for 24 and 8 against William and Mary in that Monarch win on Monday. 2 shots for him here. 72% free throw shooter. First one is good. 29-25 Old Dominion. Monarchs' largest lead in the half was 7. GW led early by 3. Right now the ODU advantage is 4. Duragordon trying to make it 5. Up with the right hand, no good. Rebound back tap, though. Saved by Caesar. Couldn't save it. On the sideline right in front of the GW bench.
And that was tough. It looked like Devin was going to be able to get his hands on that. Stephon Walker's been very active on the offensive glass, keeping the ball alive.
GW 9 for 12 from the free throw line. Old Dominion 4 for 5 now. Hanson swings it to Buchanan. Gets it to Hutchinson. One bounce to Hanson, guarded by Blakeney, man-to-man. He's on the perimeter now, turns and gets the ball back to Hutchinson. Hutchinson working against Jaden Johnson. Gets a screen from Hanson. That opens up some space into the right-hand corner. Buchanan will fire. Buchanan will fire a little long, and the rebound's going to come down. They're going to call a foul on the Monarchs there. Hanson was surrounded by Old Dominion players, and they're going to call the foul.
Well, and Jaden was just boxing him out. A very confusing call.
Johnson picks up the personal. That's his first. And that puts the Monarchs over the limit.
Ted, the Monarchs are doing a great job of not running out on guys that want to drive the ball. So they've been closing out short, almost daring the Revolutionaries to take outside shots.
All right, Sean Hanson is an 83% free throw shooter. The 1-and-1. First one good. He's got 4 points, and that brings GW to within 29-26. Nacy in, Blakeney out for Mike Jones. As Hanson, a grad student, Ramsey, New Jersey, gets one more toward the bucket to our left. GW in the blue uniforms with the white and gold trim. Out of the Atlantic 10, good goes the second foul shot. And it's a 29-27 Old Dominion lead. Full court pressure being applied by Christian Jones against Jaden Johnson. Freshman moves it into the front court for the Monarchs. A screen from Nacy. He'll use it to get the left-hand elbow. Picks up the dribble there, goes to Caesar. Caesar fakes left, goes right, then into the corner. Here's Walker's three. That's no good. Little line driving. Nacy tried to keep it alive, and he did. And Caesar grabs it, brings it out to Walker. Now to Johnson, and he'll set it back up with 2:45 to play in the half. 15 to shoot for Old Dominion. Johnson crosses over twice and thrice and rises and fires and misses. Rebound, Stephon Walker on the left block. Stephon is going to put it on the deck or get tied up.
Well, that's a tough one there. Stephon's been doing a great job of being all over the offensive glass.
That'll be GW basketball on the alternate possession and the tie-up. Monarchs won for their last 9, haven't scored a field goal in the last 3 minutes, 5 seconds. See if they can finish this half strong. 2.5 to play, 29-27 ODU. Hutchinson runs into Blakeney. Stop, picks up the dribble. Chest pass to Buchanan on the left-hand side. He hands it to Drumgoole. Drumgoole all the way. No one picked him up, and he lays it in. Easiest bucket of the night for GW. Ties the ball game at 29.
Well, that's one-on-one defense, and once he got past Sean, there was no help coming because he was right in the lane.
Here's Johnson. Game tied. Now to Caesar. Caesar all the way down. Right-hand side. Layup. Too hard. Comes down to Duragorton, and he's fouled downstairs. He'll get a trip to the line, or perhaps not. Just the 6th team foul on GW.
And you can't, like, that was a predetermined shot by Devin, and that's where he gets himself in trouble.
Nacy in, Blakeney out for Old Dominion. Monarchs will inbound here. It was a non-shooting foul, I believe, where they're going to send Duragorton to the line. They'll inbound. Jaden Johnson, baseline left. Moss in front, gets it to Caesar in the left-hand corner, working against Buchanan. Quick pass to Duragorton. He's in the paint, throws it up with the right hand, and then a strong move by Sean Duragorton. We've come to expect that stuff, Titus.
Also another good pass by Devin. You have to give him credit, Ted. He's getting in the lane, and he's keeping his head up and finding other guys.
31-29 Old Dominion, 95 seconds to play in the half. Jones brings it back to Moss. Moss down the right-hand side, puts it up with the left and in. Sweet little layup there from Trey Moss. His first field goal, he's got 4.
That was one of the few times we lunged out at a guy and gave them a lane.
31-31 with 1:20 to play in the half. Stephon Walker goes to Duragorton on the right wing, looking at Nacy at the top of the circle. Ben has it back to the basket. One dribble, hands it to Jaden Johnson. He's picked up now by Hutchinson. Left-hand side, Caesar stops, has his shot blocked, comes down toward Duragorton, but it falls into the hands of the Revolutionaries. Here we go. Buchanan leaves for Hanson. Now to Jones. Jones gets past Caesar, takes to the hole, and a late foul is called on Devin Caesar as he was beaten on defense. That'll be 2 shots now for
that's where
GW.
you have to have the discipline, Ted, of not allowing something that happened on the offensive end where Devin had a shot block to make not a smart play defensively on the other end.
Christian Jones has 8 points to lead GW. And he's going to get his first trip to the line here. He'll get 2. 80% free throw man. Did not attempt a field goal Wednesday in the loss to American. This one's no good. George Washington 4 for 10 from 3. The Monarchs are 3 for 11, and tonight's 3-point field goals are brought to you by Cooper Hurley. No need to worry. Call Cooper Hurley, 33-33, 33-3. 3-3-3, 33-33. Second foul shot is good by Jones. He's got 9, and it's a 1-point Revolutionaries lead. 50 seconds to play in the half. Here's Stephon Walker in the front court on the right side. Crosses over a couple of times. Behind his back, brings it back to Jaden Johnson. Behind his back, gets to the foul line, into the paint, to the elbow, turns, fires, no good. Little off balance for that one. Duragordon the rebound. He goes up and is fouled and will go to the line. I believe that's Castro's personal foul, and that'll be his first.
Duragordon just has a knack for getting his nose in there and keeping the ball alive and tip that to himself, Ted.
Check that. They'll give the foul to Darren Buchanan. That's his second. 35.8 seconds to play in the half. Sean Duragordon goes to the line for 2. And he is 1 for 2 from the line, has 3 points. First foul shot ties the game at 32. Monarch basketball halftime report coming up. Richie Somerville has a look at the scoreboard. We'll get to the stats. And we'll celebrate the holidays together, Dennis, you and I. That's coming up at the Monarch basketball halftime report.
The holiday season, Ted.
Second one is good for Duragordon. He's got 5, and the Monarchs have a 33-32 lead. 5.5-second differential shot clock and game clock, and Chris Caputo will call for a 30-second timeout. Again, Monarchs have exams coming up, and then next Sunday we're back at it, a 1 o'clock tip here at Chartway Arena. Old Dominion versus their old CAA buddies from Northeastern. Huskies in town, be on the air next Sunday at 12:30. And then the first of a men's-women's doubleheader next Sunday is Old Dominion and Northeastern.
A lot of basketball here next Sunday.
Yeah, and as coaches tell me all the time, when you get into mid-December toward the holidays, that's the time when a team can come together the most because the classes are done. Most of the students are off campus, but you're here together getting better.
Yeah, I think if you ask anybody to ever play college basketball, that's their favorite time of the year. The time in between semesters, you're playing with your friends, you're practicing, you're traveling and playing games, and you don't have the added responsibility of going to your classes. So, and it's also a time where a team like the Monarchs can improve because there's a bunch of time where you can get in the gym and work with guys individually or collectively.
Under Armour is proud to outfit Old Dominion University basketball in the world's most innovative footwear, uniforms, and training gear. Visit UA.com today to see Under Armour's full range of performance gear and footwear. Monarchs defending the goal to our left. 6-second differential, shot clock and game clock. Inbounds comes the ball to Christian Jones. He's just over the timeline, guarded man-to-man by Jaden Johnson. Yo-yoing the dribble. They're going to try and burn as much of this clock as possible, then get the shot off and try and take the lead. ODU by 1 here. 18, 17. Dribble. Tick, 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 tick. 14 down. They start to get into the offense. Jones down the right-hand side. Stopped there by Johnson's man-to-man defense. 3 to shoot. Jones throws up a prayer. It's off glass and in. And they're going to check the replay.
I think he got it off, Ted, but I think they're going to check it.
I am so sure he got it off, Dennis. I'm going to put the 11 points that he has now in this game on the board.
I would be just a little bit less sure than you, Ted.
Okay. We're getting a look at the replay here, and there was no look at you couldn't see the clock at the time. So 4.4 seconds on the clock here. Again, Richie Somerville manning the Monarch Game Day desk in Virginia Beach.
Here's a good look at it, Ted. And I think, as always, you're right. I was told by a guy that used to sit in this chair that the best thing to do would be to agree with you.
That's right, Ted.
He's probably sitting at home, soaking in our broadcast, saying, that's right, Ted.
He's sitting on his boat, counting his trillions, hoping the Spurs get a win every now and then to keep him employed.
Nobody deserves better than our man, Dave Schwartz.
Exactly. ODU Hall of Famer, Dave Schwartz. You in a Hall of Fame anywhere?
I'm in my high school Hall of Fame.
And what high school was that?
Holy Cross High School. I'm in the Brooklyn Queens Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Basketball Hall of Fame. I just think anybody that played a long time in Brooklyn, Queens gets in that.
All right, 5.3 seconds. They changed that. And Jaden Johnson has Devin Caesar. Gets the ball to him right now. Here we go. Final possession of the half. Monarchs down 1. Caesar going coast to coast. He has an open lane. Puts it up and no, but a foul is called at the buzzer. And Caesar will get a chance to go to the line with zeros on the clock.
I would venture to say that Devin Caesar from end to end with the ball is about as fast as anybody in the country.
I wholeheartedly agree.
You could say that's right, Dennis, if you'd like to.
That's right, Dennis. I'm not sure I ever admitted Twardzik was right about anything.
And I'm sure he was right way more than I am.
Caesar got it off well before the clock went to 0. So this is going to be 2 foul shots for Devin Caesar.
GW's verticality argument looks like a valid one. It looks like it looked like Castro had just gone straight up. So,
well, you can't take a foul off the board, can you?
No, they're looking at the time to see if there's a second or 2 left on the clock. I think.
All right,
or it's clearly under a second, but
stranger things have happened, haven't they? How much time was left when Leitner hit that shot? Where were you on that night?
I was watching the game somewhere. Once in my career at BU, we had a similar situation where we threw the ball with a second left. Guy caught it at half court and spun and let it go and banked it in to send us into the America East Finals.
And you know, when you get in the America East, you just throw out the records.
Well, you know, as competitive, very similar to the ACC or the Big Ten.
Oh, no doubt.
Back in those days.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, they're going to bring Hansen in, and we're going to put 0.4 seconds on the clock, and Caesar will go to the line for 2. Trying to tie the game or put the Monarchs in front. 5 ties, 6 lead changes in our first half. Officials are telling Mike Jones what's going on.
Devin Caesar will be on the line with 2 shots.
Caesar has 5 points. First one, good. That ties the game. 34-34, 1 more foul shot coming. No Monarchs are on the free throw lane. Don't want to get any screwy fouls with 0.4 to go. Second from Caesar, swish. He's got 7 in the first half. And they will dribble it in and grab it, and that's going to bring it to the end of the first half. Monarchs led by as many as 7. Revolutionaries led by as many as 3. 7 lead changes, 6 ties, and the Monarchs will go to halftime leading 35-34. Assistant coach James Robinson joins us. Coach, what do you think?
Good first half, competitive first half. A couple guys in foul trouble, so thankfully for us, we'll get them guys back out there for this next 20 minutes of basketball.
And you thought defensively you're going to have to put on your big boy pants. What did you think of the first 20 minutes?
It's a physical game, a lot of fouls. Just stay out of foul trouble the second half and remain physical.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. That is James Robinson with our view from the bench. Monarchs 35, George Washington 34. It's halftime in Norfolk, and this is the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Monarch basketball on the Clear Network is presented by Team Monarch Partners, Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, lending peace of mind since 1996. Cox Business, you have what it takes, and at Cox Business, we have the IT solutions to help manage it all. Chartway Credit Union, we're more than a bank, we're where you belong. Centera, their mission is to improve health every day. Pepsi, that's what I like. And ODU Global. ODU Global, education for your world. Visit online.odu.edu. Coming up on the Monarch Basketball Halftime Report, highlights, analysis,
10 seconds,
out-of-town scores, and more. Now let's go back.
5, 4, 3.
The ODU Sports Radio Network.
Live from Chartway Arena on the campus of Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia, this is the Monarch Basketball Halftime Report. Old Dominion leads GW at the intermission, 35-34. Ted Alexander, Dennis Wolf here. And Dennis, pretty good performance. Coming off Monday, where they played better against William & Mary, got the much-needed W, shared the ball a little bit more, played a little bit better defense. Still lots of things to clean up, but a solid first half against these Revolutionaries.
And one of the most encouraging things, Ted, is the guys staying with the scouting report. The last game, it was closing out on three-point shooters. They did a pretty good job in that game of that. This game is don't allow the guy to get a lane past you, so close out a little bit short. And I would say for the most part, they've done a pretty good job of that. Now, they've gotten to the free throw line, taking 16 foul shots, but we haven't fouled them excessively in there. We've caused them to shoot some contested shots.
Monarchs got cold late in the half, went one for their last 10, and they saw a 6-point lead evaporate. But they lead at intermission 35-34. Coming up, we'll run down the first half statistics for you. Richie Somerville has a look at the scoreboard, and we'll celebrate the holidays together. Halftime in Norfolk, 35-34. Monarchs lead the Revolutionaries on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Clear.
With a North Star.
If you'd like to go visit anywhere,
love.
now would be the time.
They follow.
But don't take too long.
And when you take care of yourself, they can stay healthy and strong, like you. You are the center of their universe. And the first step to their good health.
Unless you see some baked brie.
Bon Secours, primary specialty.
Ew.
Healthcare for the universe of you.
Looking for the perfect spot to chill, catch up with friends, and dig into some amazing food? Look no further than Chicho's. Since 1968, Chicho's has been serving more than just pizza. Whether you're craving their mouth-watering dishes, ice-cold drinks, or just want to kick back and watch the game, they've got you covered. Don't miss out on Wednesday's 99-cent wings from 5 to 9 p.m. That's right, just 99 cents. Plus, with karaoke, trivia, and live music all week, there's always something fun happening at Chicho's, where the food is hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Visit one of Chicho's 9 locations today.
Howard Hanna is an official real estate partner of ODU Athletics. Just like a football team needs a strong game plan, you need a reliable team to guide you through the home buying process. With Howard Hanna's Buy and Borrow Bundle, they've got your back every step of the way. Their agents are there to help you navigate the field, save time and money, and help you score that winning touchdown, a new home. As the market leaders, buyers and sellers trust Howard Hanna to be their home team. Visit howardhanna.com/Go Monarchs today.
The ODU Monarchs know success starts with a relentless drive to be the best. Ford Motor Company believes this too, delivering a rare combination of power, performance, and smart tech. Ford F-Series is the truck America's hardest working men and women have come to trust, making it the best-selling truck 47 years straight. So whether you're at home or on the road, Ford F-150 is the preferred truck of the ODU Monarchs. Visit your Southern Virginia Ford dealer today, based on 1977 to 2023 CY total sales.
Your
10.
U basketball. WVSP FM HD
5, 4, 3.
94.1.
Halftime at Chartway Arena in Norfolk, Old Dominion 35, George Washington 34. Monarchs came in 3-6, winners of their last game against William and Mary. Meanwhile, the Revolutionaries 7-2 to start things today. They lost their last time out in overtime at American. Let's get a look at some of the numbers from the first half. First of all, for GW, Christian Jones leads the way. He's got 11 points. He's 4 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. 5 points for Sean Hansen off the bench. He also has 4 rebounds. 5 points for Trey Autry. 4 points for Trey Moss. 3 points for Darren Buchanan. He's 0 for 4 from the field. His points all came from the foul line. And let's see, 2 points apiece from Rafael Castro and Jacoy Hutchinson and Gerald Drumgoole Jr. The Revolutionaries are shooting 37.5% from the field. They're 4 for 10 from 3. That's 40%. And they're 12 for 16 from the free throw line. That is 75%. They're being out-rebounded by Old Dominion, 23-16. Monarchs have 8 assists on 12 made buckets. They've turned it over 7 times. And the leading scorer is Jaden Johnson. 3 off his career high, which he had against High Point. Jaden's got 11 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds in the first half. 6 points for Stephon Walker on 3 for 6 shooting. He also has 6 rebounds for Old Dominion. 7 points for Devin Caesar off the bench. He's 5 for 5 from the free throw line, just 1 for 6 from the field. He also has an assist. 5 points for Sean Duragordon, 1 for 5 from the field, but 3 for 4 from the foul line. Duragordon also has 5 rebounds for Old Dominion. And let's see, Danny Pounds has 2 points and 3 rebounds. Caden Diggs did not score. R.J. Blakeney did not score. Ben Nacy, a career high in minutes. He's got just over 8, and he's got 2 points and 2 rebounds for Old Dominion. Monarch shooting 36.4%. 3 for 11 from three-point range. That's 27%. And they're 8 for 9 from the foul line. That's 89%. Put it all together. Old Dominion leads at halftime, 35-34. And this is the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Clear.
That's how you win at Checkered Flag, where you always get the winner's edge with every new Toyota, Honda, Hyundai, Genesis, and Volkswagen. Lifetime oil changes.
Is
and
this
state
still a little
inspections.
long?
Lifetime emergency towing, a 3-day money-back guarantee, and a seamless one-person, one-price, one-hour buying experience that puts you in the driver's seat. The winner's edge, only at Checkered Flag, where winners buy.
Not everyone can upload an entire image library while directing a photo shoot and
That better
managing
like
online
that?
bookings plus a website portfolio while simultaneously answering client calls after finding the perfect lighting and capturing the perfect expression. But you have what it takes. And at Cox Business, we have the IT solutions to help you manage it all. Visit coxbusiness.com for details.
I could have tied a sheep
All
shank.
services
Remember a
subject to
sheep
Cox
shank?
Business
You ever,
General
you ever do
terms.
knots as a child?
At ODU Global,
Richie, I've
the
got
journey toward your
6:50
degree
on the
is
clock,
as unique as you
6:50.
are. Whether
Roger.
you're following the footsteps of a legacy or charting your own course.
And I was never a knot guy, so
you can finish your degree faster.
Sorry, what'd you just say?
ODU Global.
I was never a guy with knots. I just took the ends and tied them together however they went.
Okay.
EDU today.
Now, that was my Uncle Ken's purview. He was a Boy Scout and everything like that.
Were you
Don't
ever
take
Boy
our word
Scout?
for it. In fact, don't take
It was
any
I.
words for it.
I bailed when my Pinewood Derby car crashed on the track as a Cub Scout.
Yeah, I did Cub Scouts, and I did Pinewood Derby also.
Ching,
Did yours burst into flames when it went into the wall?
No, I went to camp. Yes, but your mic's not on. So I'm concerned
10
what you'll
seconds. 5, 4, 3.
Radio Network.
do. All right, Dennis, what do you want to see in the second half? What's Mike Jones telling his troops as the Colonials or the Revolutionaries come out to start warm-ups?
I was a little thrown that they're the Revolutionaries, which is much more politically correct than the Colonials. So please get on board. I would say that he's
Yes,
telling them, erase the score. We can actually play a little bit better than we played in the first half, and a half that we were up 1. I think it's, Coach Robinson alluded to it, it's important for Cal and Robert to be able to stay on the floor, so they have to guard without fouling. And then I think offensively, there seems to be a little bit of a mindset change, particularly by Devin, where he's gotten in the lane and looked for other guys. And if he can continue to do that, it's going to make the ODU offense way better.
35-34, Monarchs lead here. Richie's got to look at the scoreboard next on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Clear.
For some, it's just a game. But you know it's more. It's knowing a team can do more than any
You're wondering why we put the
individual can do alone. We agree.
color
And
here.
that's how we drive.
You ever wondered
At
that?
Town Bank,
No.
we believe in partnering with you.
Because
We
in a
support
sea
your
of papers,
dreams,
we
and
get a
prove it
million of
every day
these.
by helping make dreams.
And when this is here, I know
reality.
this is the
Town
halftime
Bank,
one.
and the Town family.
So you give it a little green
serving
outline.
others,
Yeah.
enriching lives.
Just so I can always,
FDIC.
if it's sitting here like this,
At Centera, our goal
Now,
is
I've
to
worked
improve
with you
health
for
every
a
day.
year and
When it comes
change,
to
and
your health,
this is
best
the first time
defense
you've
starts
shared
with a
that
strong
professional
offense. That's why
bit of
Centera
advice
Health
with me.
Plans provides quality care.
I'm going to have to go out and get myself
families
a
and businesses of all sizes. Our
marker.
members benefit from progressive
when you
plans
can
and
take the
products,
pebble from my
including
hand,
access to virtual care, health and wellness programs, and even special discount programs.
You know then you'll be
Centera Health Plans is the trade name of
grasshopper.
Centera Health
I
Plans.
always-
Centera Health
always
Insurance Company, Centera
regret
Health
almost
Administration
immediately
Incorporated, and
giving you
Centera
a
Behavioral
compliment.
Health.
Atlantic Bay
It
is
doesn't
all
lead
in
me
for home
down the
ownership.
path I'm
They're also
interested in
proud to be
being
the
led
official
down.
mortgage company of ODU Athletics. Your hometown lender loves helping Monarch alumni, the Hampton Roads community, and beyond. Create strong financial futures with outstanding mortgage products, local market knowledge, and service that will keep you smiling from contract to the closing table. Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group.
Is he
lending
anywhere?
Peace of mind since 1996. Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group,
On the
LLC,
club?
NMLS 72043, NMLS ConsumerAccess.org.
He is out out here somewhere in one of those
Toyota
tannish
is on,
sweatsuits.
making now the perfect time to stop by your
He's
local
having a
Toyota
spa
dealer
year.
to check out all the great vehicles in
He's right
Toyota's
at half
lineup,
court there.
like the exciting new 25 Camry, stylish Corolla, or adventure-ready
Actually, they look pretty
RAV4,
cozy, those.
all with great MPGs.
Yeah, if you were sitting by the
Or
fire
hop in a
somewhere.
rugged Tacoma or Tundra, ready for anything and everything you need to haul home for the holidays. Visit buyatoyota.com for local inventory, great deals, and more. But hurry, offers end January 6th. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Old Dominion Basketball on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Monarch Game Day Studios in Virginia Beach. I'm Richie Somerville, checking out the Sunbelt scoreboard today. One final is in. Marshall losing at UNC Wilmington by a final score of 78-69. Also at halftime, James Madison leads Utah Valley 44-28. Top 25 finals from today. Number 5 Marquette beat number 11 Wisconsin 88-74. 18th ranked Pittsburgh beat Virginia Tech in Blacksburg 64-59. And number 20 North Carolina beat Georgia Tech 68-65. Meanwhile, UVA was losing to SMU today 63-51. Other scores from around the state: George Mason beat Tulane 76-64. And it was Queens over VMI 81-78. College football today, the Big 12 championship game. Number 15 Arizona beat number 16 Iowa State 45-19. While in the MAC championship in Detroit, Ohio beat Miami of Ohio 38-3. And with 9 minutes to go in the second quarter in the SEC championship game, number 2 Texas leads number 5 Georgia 6-0. Our score at halftime in basketball: Old Dominion 35, George Washington 34. The second half is next on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
This has been the Monarch.
As long as we're
Basketball
telling you
Halftime
inside
Show.
stories, you go to the red pen so
Second
you know what
half
happened in
action
the
is
second
straight
half.
ahead on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
I'm going to ask for a little
Basketball
crayon
on the
pouch
ODU
for
Sports
Christmas.
Radio Network is presented by Team Monarch Partners, Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, lending peace of mind since 1996. Cox Business, you have what it takes, and at Cox Business, we have the IT solutions to help manage it all. Chartway Credit Union, we're more than a bank, we're where you belong. Centera, their mission is to improve health every day. Pepsi, that's what I like. And ODU Global. ODU Global, education for your world.
10 seconds.
.edu. Now let's go back to the arena for
5, 4, 3.
on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Getting set for half number 2 here at Chartway Arena. Old Dominion leads George Washington 35-34. Our second half start is brought to you by Centera. At Centera, we improve health every day by providing health plan members with quality, cost-effective health care. For costs and complete details of coverage, visit CenteraHealthPlans.com. Ted Alexander, Dennis Wolf, ready for the second half here. And you need a good start to these halves. And you want to come out doing the right thing and build on a lead and then let the crowd carry you home.
Well, and there was a good offensive performance by Jaden. 11 points, 4 assists. Stefan, 6 rebounds to go on with 6 points. And there was good defense both on Buchanan and Drumgoole. Not so good on Christian Jones, who appears to be the best three-point shooter. So those are some of the guys I think we need to keep our eye on as the half starts.
Old Dominion and George Washington. Today's non-conference tilt at Chartway Arena, presented by Team Monarch partner ODU Global. ODU Global, education for your world. Visit online.odu.edu. Stephon Walker right in front of us. Jaden Johnson, Caleb Swanton, Roger, Robert Davis Jr., and Sean Duragord, the starting 5 on the floor. They'll be moving from right to left in the white uniforms with the Hudson Blue Monarchs across the front, number underneath, names and numbers on the back. Meanwhile, GW will come out with the blue uniforms with the gold and white trim. They are moving from left to right in this second half with Darren Buchanan and Gerald Drumgoole and Jacoy Hutchinson and Trey Moss and Rafael Castro. Monarchs start with the basketball in a 1-point lead, and we're underway half number 2. High post left-hand side. Swanton Roger dribbles, hands the ball off to Duragord. Back to Caleb. Now right blocks. This is Stephon Walker working against Buchanan. Burrowing into the paint. Puts it up with the left hand. No good. Missed the layup. Did some good work, but Castro clears the board for
And
the
a nice
Revolutionaries.
set by the Monarchs coming out of the halftime locker room.
Buchanan now Right-hand side, Moss gets past Davis with ease, and the layup is no good. Rebound comes down to Castro, and he gets hammered going up.
Robert Davis has to be quicker guarding the ball. That was a jab step and a dribble, and all of a sudden the guy's right at the rim, and it just puts a lot of pressure on Cal there.
And cost Stephon Walker his first foul. And Castro, who's only 2 points of the ball game, have come from the free throw line, is back at the stripe for another 2. Again, GW in the first half made hay from the line, going 12 for 16. First one from Castro is no good. One more for the 6', 11-inch redshirt junior from Dover, New Jersey. Transfer from Providence. That's short, but they come up with another rebound off a missed foul shot, second time. Drumgoole for 3. He's got it. Gerald Drumgoole off the rebound, off the miss. And it's a lead for GW, 37-35.
Historically, not rebounding missed free throws hurt you.
High post right side. Swanton Roger, guarded by Castro. Dribbles to the left-hand side of the formation. Now back to Davis. Right-hand side. Robert, 3 is good, and he's on the board.
And that's a big shot for him and for the Monarchs.
The Monarchs are going to reach their potential. He's going to have to do things like that. Not playing Ole defense, I mean hitting threes. Meanwhile, at the other end, Buchanan spins on Walker. He's got a chest to him. One bounce out to Hutchinson. Hutchinson back to Moss. Jab step against Johnson. Now back to Hutchinson. Monarchs in a man-to-man. High post right side. Castro hands right back to Hutchinson. Hutchinson penetrates. Finds the left hand. Puts it up. No good. Rebound tapped up. No good. Grabbed by Robert Davis Jr.
But again, it was Robert Davis's man right to the rim.
Here's Johnson on the right side. Monarchs 38-37. Here's Davis. Pulls up for the short jumper. That's way off the mark. But Stephon Walker somehow gets the rebound to Duragordon. He drives right baseline, puts it up, and in. Strong play by Sean Duragordon, and the Monarchs lead is 40-37.
Sean does all the little things of down there on the baseline offensively.
Meanwhile, Walker picks Buchanan's pocket. Duragordon on the right side puts it up with the right. No good. Put up and no good. Tapped up. No good. Monarchs can't get the Bunnies to go down, and Buchanan's racing the other way. Gets it to Castro. Loops it back. Drumgoole, the 3 is good. Drumgoole's hit 2 straight threes, and we're tied at 40 with 17:35 to play.
And that's tough because the Monarchs really showed a lot of effort trying to follow that initial miss.
Got to make the layups. Got to make the short ones, folks. High post left-hand side. This is Caleb Swanton Roger. Dribbles to the other side. Eschews the handoff. Now looks for help. Gets it to Walker. Walker at the foul line. Pulls up with a 16-footer. That's off the iron. No good. Rebound batted up. No good. And it comes down to Moss of GW. Moss into the front court. Probing. Now to Buchanan, who's been a little quiet today with just 3 points. Now to Castro. They work the perimeter. Drumgoole. He's been on fire from 3. He's got the basketball into the left-hand corner. Brings it back outside. Buchanan. He's wide open for 3. That one's way off. They'll have him shoot that all day.
Well, they've played him very smartly. They've let him have outside shots. They've taken away his drives.
Well, he's now 2 for 19 from 3 this year.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons he's open is that.
Caesar in, Swanton Roger out for Mike Jones. 16:50 to play. The game's tied at 40. Jones back pestering Jaden Johnson in the backcourt. Johnson, who picked up 2 quick fouls against William & Mary Monday, has stayed out of foul trouble here this afternoon, and that's helped his team. There's a foul that's going to be called on Buchanan. That's going to be his 3rd. Tries to get in between the pass and Walker and Duragordon. And
well, it'll be interesting to see with 16 and a half left if they leave him in right now with the 3 fouls.
Johnson just up from his bench. One bounce, soft pass stolen by Hanson. Awful inbounds pass, and the layup is good.
And a really nice skilled play going almost the length of the court for a post player.
Turnovers turning into points, and GW has a 42-40 lead with 16:22 to go. Here's Johnson the left-hand side, picks up the dribble, goes to Walker on the right side with a head of steam. He spins into the lane, up and under move on Hanson. Layup, no good. Taps up, no good. Here's Walker again with the basketball. They surround him, brings it outside quickly to Davis. Davis almost traveled, and he did travel. Well, not very pretty basketball from the Monarchs last 60 seconds.
Well, Stefan did a good job of keeping the ball alive and kicking it out. Probably Robert would have been better served shooting it on the catch.
He did not and was called for steps. And we go the other way with Jones working against Jaden Johnson's man-to-man defense, hounding defense right in front of us. You hear the ball bouncing. He leaves it for Moss, now to Hanson. Hanson against the shorter Duragordon, gets the ball and it goes off Drumgoole and out of bounds. Couldn't handle the close-in pass, and with 15:54 to play, we've got ourselves a ball game in Norfolk. GW 42, Old Dominion 40, and this is the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Looking for the perfect spot? Clear. And dig into some amazing food? Look no further than Chicho's. Since 1968, Chicho's has been serving more than just pizza. Whether you're craving their mouth-watering dishes, ice-cold drinks, or just want to kick back and watch the game, they've got you covered. Don't miss out on Wednesday's 99-cent wings from 5 to 9 p.m.
I have
That's
a
right,
feeling
just
that this is
99
not going
cents.
to remind
Plus,
us
with karaoke,
of
trivia, and live music all
any
week.
Broadway
There's always
dance
something fun happening
a-thon
at Chicho's,
right here.
where the food is hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times
Just
never
me,
stop.
but-
Visit one of Chicho's 9 locations today.
The ODU Monarchs know success starts.
They go to
with
the
a
sprinkler.
relentless
They
drive
go to
be
the
best.
oh, the
Ford
cartwheel.
Company believes
The
this too,
cartwheel.
delivering a rare combination of power, performance, and smart tech. Ford F-Series is the truck America's hardest working men and women have come to trust, making it the best-selling truck 47
Come
years
on.
straight. So whether you're at home or on the
Jack's
road,
pleading
Ford
for more
F-150
dancing,
is
ladies
the
and gentlemen. We
preferred
need more
truck of
dancing.
the ODU Monarchs. Visit your Southern Virginia Ford dealer.
This should be something that they should have these girls have a couple of shots before they go out here.
At the Fish and Pig, they have the finest from land and sea. Savory smoked barbecue and flavorful fresh seafood. They have great food, great drinks, and
they're both
always
going to get a
great
little
time.
packet to take home
They're
with them.
located at 119
Because
West
everyone's a
25th
winner
Street
here
in Norfolk,
in
in the
Norfolk.
heart of the railroad district. For all the details, go to fishandpig.norfolk.com.
10 seconds.
Parties like the pig.
5, 4, 3.
Network.
This afternoon's second half adjustment is brought to you by Bon Secours. Visit bonsecours.com to learn more. Let's start adjusting, Dennis. What do you want to see?
I would like to see the Monarchs take their time inside a little bit when they're getting these offensive rebounds and not be forcing it up. Offensively, I'd like to see them continue to move the ball the way they have for the most part. And defensively, I'd like to see them rebound.
At this point, Monarchs had a rebounding edge in the first half. But to start things here in the second, let us see. I can't do the math. Anyway, they padded their own rebounding stats by missing shots at the other end.
It's the way you lead the country in rebounding, by missing layups.
So let's see. It's Caesar and Johnson and Walker and Davis Jr. and Duragordon on the floor, attacking the bucket to our left, down 42-40. Just underway, second half action. Johnson guarded by Jones, hands it off to Caesar. Caesar down the right-hand side, pass Hanson, pulls it up for the jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to Walker. What a great move by Stephon Walker. The lefty layup is good. And we're tied at 42.
Another guy working to get position, Ted.
Stephon Walker has those 8. Here's Jones thinking about the 3, takes it down the right-hand side, finds a lane, lay it up good. Jones has a game-high 13, and it's 44-42. GW, 15-15 to play. Here's Caesar. Top of the circle now. Probes the foul line, extended to Walker at the foul line. Loses the basketball. Here comes Jones ahead against Caesar. Drives, lays it up and in. Again, a turnover leads to an easy bucket from Jones.
And Devin needed to try to get back in front of him. He kind of ran through the play there.
Monarchs down 46-42. This is the largest lead of the day for the Revolutionaries. Monarchs led by as many as 7 in the first half. Duragordon on the right baseline. Gets into the paint. Spins. One bounce. Great look for Walker. And he lays it in.
A really smart play by Sean. He sensed he was being doubled and found Stephon.
Great looking pass. to Walker there, and it's 46-44 GW. Hanson thought backdoor, but that wasn't what Trey Autry had on his mind. Turnover for GW.
And that was a small play by Robert Davis Jr. There was a play that he gotten beat backdoor in the first half, and he didn't allow it to happen there.
Now to full court pressure come the Revolutionaries. Caesar gets it into Johnson. He's met by Jones. These two have been in close quarters all afternoon long. Johnson, the freshman. Here's Walker at the foul line, and he had to move the pivot foot. Yep. Didn't know whether to pass it, one bounce it, or take the jumper.
He should have taken the jumper there, Ted. Everybody backed off him, and he had like an inside the free throw line jump shot, but he's being unselfish. Just didn't work out.
14-15 to go. 46-44. George Washington at 7-2 leads 3-6 Old Dominion here in Norfolk. This is Autry. Autry looking for some help. Gets it from Hutchinson. Puts it on the deck. Back to Autry. They're working the perimeter. Left-hand side, Jones. He's been hitting threes from there. Doesn't shoot over Caesar. Gets it to Hanson. Give and go. Back to Jones. Layup good, and he's fouled. Jones is killing the Monarchs here in the second half. He's got 17, and he'll go to the line looking for the and one.
And that's a situation where Devin got caught turning his head, and the guy back cut. And another one of those conventional three-point plays where we just kind of tap them as they're shooting a layup.
48-44 GW. Jones to the line, where he is 1 for 2 today. Christian Jones averages 6 points a game. He's got 17, and he misses the foul shot, and the long rebound comes down to Jaden Johnson. Monarchs need to get to work here.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a dangerous time here, Ted. They haven't scored in a while, and they've looked a little disjointed on offense.
Walker now, foul line extended, right-hand side to a cutting Robert Davis Jr. Brings it back outside to Blakeney, left-hand side. Davis Jr., three, no good. He's got to follow his shot, but he didn't. And the ball hit the dirt and then came into the hands of Hutchinson of GW. Hutchinson crosses to the foul line against Stephon Walker, who's proving to be a pretty good defender. Now he picks up the dribble. High post, right-hand side. Hanson burrows against Gordon, puts the head down, throws it up and in.
Well, with the switching, it ended up being a mismatch with Sean on Hanson, and it wasn't a good matchup for the Monarchs.
50-44, GW, their largest lead. Here's Walker to the hole. He lays it in. Nice look there. He's got 12, and it's 50-46. Monarchs swimming upstream here at home. Have to get it together a little bit, especially on the defensive end. Here's Drumgoole. Will he shoot over Walker? Puts it on the deck. Down to the right blocks. Burrows in. Burrows under. Runs into trouble. Throws it off Hanson. Stolen by Duragordon. They steal it back. Duragordon steals it once again. We go the other way now. Monarchs with the basketball. Duragordon into the right-hand corner. This is Robert Davis Jr. pulling up for three. Go!
And a very nice play by Sean Duragordon, drawing the defense to him and getting an open shot for Robert Davis Jr.
50-49, GW, 12-15 to go. Great sign seeing Davis Jr. hitting a couple of threes and under control threes. Here's Jones for a triple. That's no good. Rebound saved. And what do we have here? A timeout called over there before he hit the deck?
I'm assuming they gave a timeout to GW there.
That's what I mean.
They had possession.
As he was up in the air, trembling out of bounds, and they're going to give GW a timeout. We'll take it with them with 12:04 to play. Barn burning in Norfolk. George Washington, 50. Old Dominion, 49. This is the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Not everyone can upload
Clear
while directing a photo shoot and managing online bookings plus a website portfolio while simultaneously answering client calls after finding the perfect lighting and capturing the perfect expression.
Do you think back in the day the Revolutionaries burnt a lot of
Cox
barns?
Business,
Yes.
we have the IT solutions to help you manage it all. Visit coxbusiness.com for details.
For a positive cause,
All
or were they
services subject
terrorists?
to Cox Business
Both.
general terms.
I think you had to do just what you needed to do.
Atlantic Orthopedic
And
Specialist.
whatever that was,
keep
you had to
moving
do
and
it.
Doing what you love. As the region's
And
largest,
we weren't
most
concerned
comprehensive
about
orthopedic
labels,
practice,
just get it
they've been
done.
serving Hampton Roads for over 100 years.
They all wore
Multiple locations
t-shirts.
across Hampton Roads,
That
24
said
positions and
Revolutionary.
8 different specialties. Find the
So if you
scoliosis,
got
No, it
that,
said just get it done.
hand to shoulder, total joint replacement, foot
It was
and
the
ankle,
original.
orthopedic oncology,
The
pain
revolutionaries
management,
were the
physical
original
therapy,
Nike
and with
slogan.
your
Yeah,
AOS
exactly.
Now walk-in clinic, no appointment is necessary. As leaders in orthopedic health, Atlantic Orthopedic Specialists is proud to be a team physicians for Old Dominion University.
What's up, sandwich heads? Today on Steve-O's Sandwich Reviews, we've got the tips and tricks to the best sandwich order.
Thank you so
It all
much.
starts with this little guy right
Bless
here.
you.
Pepsi Zero Sugar. Partial to pastrami, craving the cubano. Yeah, it sounds delicious, but boom! Add the crisp, refreshing taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar and cue the fireworks. Lunch, dinner, or late night, it'll be a sandwich worth celebrating. Trust me, your boy's eating a lot of sandwiches in this day and age.
10 seconds. You should get another break on the next whistle.
Old Dominion.
5, 4, 3.
Monarch Basketball presented in part by Food Lion, and our Food for Thought is brought to you by Food Lion. Take us inside both huddles, Dennis Wolf.
I think GW, to start with them, they're telling their guys, this has been a pretty good stretch for us. Let's keep it going, pushing the pace on offense. I think the Monarchs, Coach Jones is telling them to kind of settle down a little bit. Let's continue to get good shots and make sure that we're going to get in the right positions defensively.
Mike Jones sends out Caleb Swanton, Roger, Robert Davis Jr., R.J. Blakeney, Sean Duragordon, and Jaden Johnson to play a little defense as Jacoy Hutchinson inbounds baseline left. Looking for Jones, loops it out to Buchanan. Guarded man-to-man by Blakeney. Steps right, gets into the paint, turns, brings it back outside. Nice shutdown there by Blakeney. Back to Hutchinson now. He takes the left wing three. That's well short. And Duragordon does not chase. Oh, they knock it off of Buchanan with a hustle play. As Duragordon was trying to let the ball go out of bounds, Buchanan got in there, knocked it off Sean out of bounds. It'll be GW basketball when we return. 11:51 to go, 50-49. Revolutionaries lead here in Norfolk on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Come around to brighter days with
Clear.
tools, technology, and people to help you reach your life goals. As a Chartway member, you'll not only get great rates on savings and auto and home loans, but flexible checking options too. And you'll also be supported by people who live and work right here in Hampton Roads. Get started now and unlock your possible. Find your time to shine today at Chartway.com. Chartway Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. Eligibility subject to verification.
Howard Hanna is an official real estate partner of ODU Athletics. Just like a football team needs a strong game plan, you need a reliable team to guide you through the home buying process. With Howard Hanna's Buy and Borrow Bundle, they've got your back every step of the way. Their agents are there to help you navigate the field, save time and money, and help you score that winning touchdown, a new home. As the market leaders, buyers and sellers trust Howard Hanna to be their home team. Visit howardhanna.com/Go Monarchs today.
Toyotathon is on, making now the perfect time to stop by your local Toyota dealer to check out all the great vehicles in Toyota's lineup, like the exciting new 25 Camry, stylish Corolla, or adventure-ready RAV4, all with great MPGs. Or hop in a rugged Tacoma or Tundra, ready for anything and everything you need to haul home for the holidays. Visit buyatoyota.com for local inventory.
10 seconds.
Then January 6th, Toyota, let's go places.
5, 4, 3.
Radio Network.
11:51 to play. George Washington 50, Old Dominion 49. Has all the makings being something special here this afternoon, Dennis. And don't forget the Monarchs are off until next Sunday, a 1 o'clock tip against the Huskies of Northeastern. We'll be on the air with a Toyota pregame show next Sunday at 12:30. Between now and then, final exams, etc. But the first test is the final 11:51 here against GW.
And a great opportunity for the Monarchs to get a win against an Atlantic 10 school. It's right here in front of them, Ted. They just got to stay solid.
Jacoy Hutchinson will inbound baseline left, loops it into Buchanan at the top of the circle, takes it down the left-hand side, muscles it up and in. That's his biggest muscling play and his first field goal of the day. He averages 17. He's got 5.
And the Monarchs have guarded him very well. He just kind of overpowered RJ there physically.
52-49 for George Washington. Swanton Roger, top of the circle. Turns on Castro, hands the ball off to Duragordon in the right-hand corner. Duragordon against Castro. Puts his shoulder into him. Spins. Goes. Burrows. Up and under. What's he going to do? Hand it off to Davis. And his 2-footer goes 1 foot. And he's fouled. And he'll go to the line. He bailed out on that one.
Well, Sean did a good job of not forcing a shot up. And Robert did a nice job of cutting toward the ball. And ended up getting fouled in the lane on a little short jump shot.
Give your two teammates somewhere to pass to. So Robert Davis Jr. goes to the line for the first time. He's 2 for 2 against William & Mary. And he'll get 2 here. All 6 of his points have come since halftime. First foul shot's good. He's got 7, and the Monarchs are within 2 at 52-50. Drumgoole and Hanson in, Castro and Jones out. Good to see Jones go to that revolutionary pine. 1 more for Robert Davis Jr. Sophomore from Detroit, transfer from UMass. Foul shot is good. And he will go out, and Stephon Walker comes in for Caleb Swanton Roger.
And Robert Davis has got a good half going now.
Well, when you're a scorer and you see one go down, you got to feel better about everything, and it probably improves all parts of your game.
No doubt about it.
All right, here comes Hutchinson into the front court with Buchanan. Buchanan's got the ball, goes right-hand side to Trey Autry. Autry to Buchanan at the top. They're going to put him to work in the paint as he spins high off the glass for 2 with the left.
And that was a tough shot. Stephon guarded him pretty well, and he ended up shooting like an old-school lefty hook.
Back-to-back buckets for Buchanan, and it's 54-51. Here's Blakeney spinning in the lane. He puts it up and in. RJ showing some aggressiveness for his first field goal.
And he took advantage of that switch and ended up with Hanson on him.
54-53, Revolutionaries. Left-hand side, this is Drumgoole. Snap pass underneath. Wide open, Autry. Autry Burrows throws it up and in. He's got 7, and the lead is 56-53. Johnson, who had a hot first half, a little cooler here in the second. Robert Davis Jr. now puts it on the deck, counterclockwise, hands it off to Blakeney. He's out by the midcourt stripe now with 15 to shoot. RJ to Stephon Walker. They lay off him, drive, dish, layup, it's good. Sean Duragordon. Again, patience from Stephon Walker and the dish to Duragordon.
The internal passing but between the two of them has been good, and Sean uses his body to get into the defender.
56-55 GW. Revolutionaries have led most of the half. And here comes Hutchinson all the way, gets blasted by Davis, and that's a good way to keep him from getting the and one.
And I agree with that. The beginning of it, too often we give up on the dribbler. We don't fight hard enough to get back in front of the guy with the ball, Ted.
And it'll be a trip to the free throw line for Troy Hutchinson. He's 0 for 2, has 2 points, averages 10.5. Normally he's an 80% free throw shooter. First one is good. He's got 3 now, and it's a 2-point Revolutionary lead, 57-55, 9:48 to play here in Norfolk. 1 more for Hutchinson. Takes the deep breath. The Laurel, Maryland native puts it up with the right hand, and he goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. Johnson, Blakeney, Walker, Duragordon, and Davis Jr. on the floor for Mike Jones at Old Dominion University. Walker, dribble handoff to Duragordon. Right wing, he'll stop. It'll pop a 3. That's way off the mark, but the rebound comes all the way out to Davis. Left wing 3. That's no good. But the long rebound comes down and is chased by Jones in front of the Monarch bench. He gets the ball to Buchanan. He's going to go all the way and lay it up, miss it, but get fouled. And they've decided to let this young man who looks more like a linebacker or a tight end than anything else just take the ball to the hole. I was expecting to see more of this in the first half, Dennis, but...
Well, the game has gone up a little more up and down this half, Ted, and he gets ahead of steam, and the Monarch defenders are backing up too much. They need to kind of dig in there. And the mindset has to be to take a charge on him.
Buchanan will get 2 shots. First one's no good. Again, this is the guy that went 10 for 21 against American in an overtime loss on Wednesday. One more coming for the 6'7", 235-pound redshirt sophomore. Atlantic 10 all-rookie team last year. Goes 1 for 2 from the stripe. 59-55 GW. Sand starting to slip through that hourglass. 9:15 to play. Jaden Johnson down the right-hand side. Takes it to the hole and lays it up. No stopping the freshman here this afternoon. He's got 13.
And he read the little gap and was able to get right to the rim.
Meanwhile, here's Castro into the corner. Drum goal for 3. Good. His third 3 of the half.
And very unselfish play by all three of them. And Castro caught the ball in the lane and then kicked it to an open drum goal.
62-57. Revolutionaries, 8:45 to go. Blakeney, snap pass into the corner. Walker's there. He puts it on the deck. Has it go off his foot. He's on the ground. Its ball is stolen there. Drum goal, 2-on-1. Drum goal. And Hutchinson lays it off to Hutchinson. Waits for the defender. Swatted away by Caleb. They say goaltending, no. We play on. Swanton Roger with a big swat with 8:22 to go. Monarch basketball down 5. Here's Walker on the left blocks. Back outside. Blakeney. Blakeney gets to the elbow. Fakes the shot. Euro step. Throws it up. No good. Rebound comes down to Walker. Walker clears out. Puts it up. No good. Rebound is back tapped, and it's grabbed by Hutchinson in front of the Monarch bench.
Walker's getting a little fatigued in there, Ted. He's really done a lot of work on the glass. He probably could use a little break.
But can the Monarchs afford to have him go to the...
Well, there's a media coming up. They'll probably wait till that.
7:50 on the turning clock, 62-57. George Washington. Hutchinson and Buchanan. Here's Buchanan backing down Walker on the left-hand side. Turns, fades, fires, misses. Rebound tapped up and in by Swanton Roger. Who do you give that to?
You give it to Swanton Roger. Or the closest. You'll give it to the closest revolutionary.
So give it to Castro. They've got their largest lead. Here's Jaden Johnson. Fires a 10-footer. That hits nothing. Swanton Roger is going to be tied up by Hutchinson, and it'll be GW basketball when we return. Turning point in this ball game is right now, people. 7:24 to play. GW on a run. They've hit 5 of their last 7 shots, and they've opened up their largest lead of the day. 64-57 Revolutionaries lead the Monarchs on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
At Centera, our clear every day. And when it comes to your health, the best defense starts with a strong offense. That's why Centera Health Plans provides quality care and coverage for individuals, families, and businesses of all sizes. Our members benefit from progressive plans and products, including access to virtual care, health and wellness programs, and even special discount programs. Centera Health Plans is the trade name of Centera Health Plans, Centera Health Insurance Company, Centera Health Administration Incorporated, and Centera Behavioral Health.
Lifetime oil changes. That's how you win at Checkered Flag, where you always get the winner's edge with every new Toyota, Honda, Hyundai, Genesis, and Volkswagen. Lifetime oil changes and state inspections. Lifetime emergency towing. A 3-day money-back guarantee and a seamless one-person, one-price, one-hour buying experience that puts you in the driver's seat. The winner's edge. Only at Checkered Flag, where winners buy.
Come around to brighter days with Chartway Credit Union. We've got the tools, technology, and people to help you reach your life goals. As a Chartway member, you'll not only get great rates on savings and auto and home loans, but flexible checking options too. And you'll also be supported by people who live and work right here in Hampton Roads. Get started now and unlock your possible. Find your time to shine today at Chartway.com. Chartway Credit Union.
10.
Subject to verification.
This is Old Dominion
5, 4, 3.
Network.
Monarch basketball presented in part by Team Monarch partner Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group. Atlantic Bay is all in for your home loan needs. Call today. Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, lending peace of mind since 1996. Ted Alexander, Dennis Wolf here at Chartway Arena, 64-57. GW's opened up their largest lead of the day. And with 7:24 to go, here, Dennis, it's crunch time.
Well, that time out came at a very good time for the Monarchs. They were fatigued. They made a few mistakes. I think it gives Coach Jones a chance to get them settled. They really need to dig in on the defensive end. This is really coming down to nothing but starting with Buchanan. These guys kind of bullying their way to the basket, and it's going to be the one-on-one defense from this 7-minute mark to the end.
GW shooting 63% in the second half, 12 for 19. Monarchs are 9 for 21. ODU led at intermission 35-34, but that's turned around just a bit. Old Dominion with Jaden Johnson and Stephon Walker and Robert Davis Jr. and Caleb Swanton-Roger and Sean Duragord playing defense, defending the goal to our right. Meanwhile, Hansen at the top of the circle, a versatile big man, has the basketball, hands it back to Buchanan. Tries to spin on Swanton-Roger, almost loses it. 15 to shoot as we head to the 7-minute mark. Buchanan going to work in the paint down the left-hand side. Puts it up, blocked by Swanton-Roger. And oh my, that was more of an anticipatory call from the official than any type of push from Caleb.
And we really couldn't see Ted. They said he got him with his body, but I'm
No
really
way.
not sure about that.
I'm pretty darn not sure. And that'll be a shooting foul, and Buchanan will go back to the line, where he is 4 for 6 today. 5th team foul on Old Dominion. GW with 2. Possession arrow favors GW.
I think Cal kind of came down with a little swipe at the end where he was trying to block it, which probably enabled the guy to make the call.
Each team's largest lead has been 7. Now Buchanan gets a chance to extend that, and he does with the first free throw. That's good. He's got 9 points, and it's 65-57. 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for Darren Buchanan Jr. Second one is up and no good. So he goes 1 for 2. And we've got 7 minutes to play. Monarchs down 8 here at home. Jaden Johnson into the front court to Duragordon. Holds over the head, back to Jaden, top of the circle. Guarded by Hutchinson. Gets past him, takes it to the hole. Double pumping layup, no, but a foul is called late on Castro.
Well, you like them to be consistent, and that's what the refs were on that play. Again, Castro got him with the body just the way they called Cal for that foul.
And Jaden Johnson will try and get the Monarchs a little closer than the 65-57 deficit they face right now.
Jaden Johnson with 2 shots.
2 shots for the freshman from Waldorf, Maryland. It's pretty quiet in here for the free throws. First one's no good.
And we're going to need these free throws down the stretch here, Ted. If it's going to be physical like this, there will be a lot of fouls both ways.
Just the second miss from the free throw line for Old Dominion here this afternoon. They're 10 for 12. GW is 16 for 25. One more for Jaden Johnson. Good. And he's tied his career high at 14 against High Point, 14 here today. 65-58 GW. Blakeney in. Swanton-Roger out for Old Dominion, and the Monarchs go to some full-court pressure. Double-teaming Hutchinson. They bring the ball into Autry with a one-bounce pass, and he gets it back to Buchanan, and Buchanan's just going to put his head down and go against Stephon Walker. First a pass to Hansen to the top of the circle. Snap down low, wide open layup, easy peasy. Who fell asleep on that?
Well, there was
one?
bad communication. It was supposed to be a switch, and both guys switched out to the guy on the wing.
67-58. 9-point lead. Blakeney left-hand side to Johnson at the top. He swings it right wing to Duragordon. One bounce to right baseline. This is Walker against Hansen. Shoots the 15-footer. No good. Rims the bucket. Little line drivey there. Fatigue might be setting in there as Buchanan is going to go coast to coast. Step through. Layup. Good. That's not good enough, people.
Well, RJ needs to stop the ball. GW's up their intensity in the last 2 minutes, and the Monarchs, unfortunately, have not matched it.
And the Monarchs just turn it over and then turn it over again and then turned it over a third time. Buchanan will palm the basketball and dunk it home. $13 for Buchanan. It's 71-58. And we've got Robert Davis Jr. on the ground being attended to by athletic trainer Jason Mitchell. And Dr. Brad Butkovich, team doctor, comes out to have a look, as does Tim Saha and Odell Hodge. Meanwhile, the Monarchs have let this one slip away.
Well, that was a wild sequence there, Ted, where there was tip balls, bad passes, and
a 12-1 run for GW over the last 241 has turned the tide here in Norfolk. Monarchs, no field goals in the last 241, and they're 1 for their last 7. Still
just
attending to
looking
Robert
at the
Davis Jr.
Looking at the replay, Ted, it looked like he may have just gotten the wind knocked out of him, although he is holding his leg.
Holding his left leg. And this is where the relationship between athletic trainer and student athletes is so important. They help him up. He's not going to put any weight on that left leg.
Well, I think they're just trying to get him to catch his breath, and then we'll see how it.
So Tim Saha and Jason will help him off the courts. Probably take him into the locker room where Dr. Brad Butkovich will get a better look at him.
I mean, it's too bad. Robert Davis Jr. and Stefan both made good efforts to try to come up with that ball.
And so it'll be Monarch basketball. 5:49 to go, with a 13-point mountain decline here at home.
You know,
And
and they've really picked up their intensity. The Revolutionaries the last 5 minutes.
Jaden Johnson with Blakeney and Stephon Walker and Caesar and Duragordon on the floor. Skip pass, Caesar, open, left wing three. Need this one. Good.
And he'll become more important with Robert out of the game right now.
71-61. Now you need some stops. Can the Monarch defense do just that when it matters most? Here's Buchanan with Drumgoole. A one bounce to Drumgoole's hit 3 threes this half. He's deep on the right wing, guarded by Duragordon. Now a pass to Hutchinson at the top. Jacoy Hutchinson working the left-hand side. Takes it to the hole. Layup no good. Oh, what a late foul shot. You got to be kidding me. Oh.
Well, that was...
Come on.
That was
blow
really...
the whistle if it's a foul before you
really
see what
late.
the shot does. Come on, young man.
Really late, Ted.
That's a foul. Come on now. They'll call the foul on Jaden Johnson, his second, and Hutchinson will go back to the line. He's 2 for 4. He gets 2 shots here with 5:07 to go. Fans don't like it here in North. First one's good. Hutchinson, 7 points, 2 rebounds. He and Buchanan have been clutch, as we knew coming in, but Drumgoole with 3 threes since halftime. Hutchinson misses the second one. Duragordon has the rebound. Christian Jones, 17 to lead all scorers. He plays for GW, looking to go 8-2. Duragordon into the right-hand corner against Hutchinson. Uses the left-hand dribble, has it tapped away and out of bounds. That's touched by GW. Monarch basketball, 12 to shoot with 4:49 to go. 11 is the deficit, 72-61.
Monarchs need to keep moving the ball, Ted. One guy kind of dominating and everyone else watching is not how they're going to cut into this deficit.
Johnson will inbound in front of his own bench. Jones waving his arms. One bounce into Blakeney. Blakeney hands it right back to Jaden. Jaden Johnson, left-hand dribble down the left-hand side, gets to the wing. Double team there. Brings the ball to Blakeney. 4 to shoot. Now 3. RJ leans in, fires it up. That's not going to hit. Well, it hits the backboard and the rim. RJ chases it down, gets it to Caesar. Caesar floater is good. Good hustle there by Blakeney.
And the Monarchs caught a break. Just got the shot off before the shot clock was violated.
72-63, 4:19 to go. Turning clock. Buchanan, one bounce to Drumgoole on the left-hand side. Deep on the wing now to Buchanan at the top against RJ. Loses the basketball. Stolen by Caesar. Caesar against Drumgoole. Drives, lays it up and in. Gavin Caesar has brought the Monarchs within 7. 4 minutes to go in Norfolk, 72-65. Jones brings it into the front court. And Chris Caputo calls for time. The fans are on their feet here in Norfolk with 3:55 to go. Monarchs trying to claw their way back in.
And GW got a little cocky there, Ted, where they were really acting like they had the game won and there was 5 minutes left, and they got very sloppy with the ball.
72-65 Revolutionaries. Do the Monarchs have a comeback left in them? We'll find out when we return right here on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Atlantic Bay is all clear. They're also proud to be the official mortgage company of ODU Athletics. Your hometown lender loves helping Monarch alumni, the Hampton Roads community, and beyond. Create strong financial futures with outstanding mortgage products, local market knowledge, and service that will keep you smiling from contract to the closing table. Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, lending peace of mind since 1996. Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, LLC, NMLS 72043, NMLSConsumerAccess.org is an equal opportunity lender.
Welcome aboard. At Venture Tours, they are proud to take you where you need to go. Venture Tours has the right coach for any occasion, whether the event is a church outing, corporate business excursion, wedding, or school function. Venture Tours can provide coaches ranging from 21 to 81 passengers, as well as premier business seating coaches, and their sleeper coaches accommodate up to 26 people. All of their clean, well-maintained coaches are ready for any occasion. Call Venture today for your motor coach transportation needs. 757-494-1480.
At ODU Global, the journey toward your degree is as unique as you are. Whether it's day one or a do-over, whether you're following the footsteps of a legacy or charting your own course, free credit evaluations help you get the most from your prior credits and military or work experience so you can finish your degree faster. ODU Global, education for where you are and for where you want to go.
10 seconds.
Apply now at online.odu.edu today.
5, 4, 3.
Radio Network.
3:55 to go. George Washington leads Old Dominion 72-65. The lead was 13. It's been cut to 7. Monarchs allowing the Revolutionaries to shoot 68% this half, Dennis. That's not going to get it done.
No, well, they've gotten right to the rim, Ted, way too often for easy layups.
Jones to inbound, side court, just to our right. Gordon, Walker, Blakeney, Johnson, and Caesar on the floor for ODU playing some defense. Here's Jones to Hanson, high post left side, into the right-hand corner. Here's the three. That's no good. Rebound comes down to Hutchinson, and he's fouled by Caesar. And the Monarchs are now over the foul limit. It'll be a 1-and-1.
And that's a tough one for Devin on that play. I think he was fighting to try to rebound, and he was at a disadvantage with the way the ball came off the rim, Ted.
Hutchinson 1-and-1. And today he's 3 for 6 from the foul line. 3:46 to go. Plenty of time. Robert Davis Jr. is back in the arena and back in the ball game for Caesar. Hutchinson. A 1-and-1. Transfer from Virginia Tech. Front end of the 1-and-1 is no good. Rebound to Stephon Walker. He's got to be close to another double-double. 12 points, 9 rebounds. Here's
that
Johnson.
was his 10th rebound, Ted.
There's that double-double. Blakeney, left-hand corner to Davis. Back to RJ. RJ on the wing, brings it to Johnson. Jaden Johnson with 3.5 to go, 14 to shoot. Now to Stephon Walker on the left-hand baseline. Working on Castro. Puts the shoulder in. Spins, double team. Double pump, layup. Missed it. Foul. Bailed out there, perhaps.
Well, you know, I'm surprised that GW didn't bring some help sooner, Ted. You know, he's taken 5 or 6 dribbles to kind of back his way into the lane.
And for the first time today, Stephon Walker is going to go to the free throw line.
Stephon,
12 points, 10 rebounds.
He's been more effective these last few games when they played him at the 5. You know, he's had good matchups against the opposing 5 men.
First foul shot's good. 72-66. An 8-1 run has gotten the Monarchs back in the basketball game with 3:21 to go. One more free throw for Stephon Walker, the junior from D.C. No good. And a rebound comes down to Hanson. He'll get it to Christian Jones, and he's going to bring it in with the right hand in the front court on the right-hand side. One bounce to Hanson at the top, guarded by Walker. Man-to-man defense. Got Jaden Johnson on Buchanan. Now Hanson guarded by Gordon. Now Walker picks him up. They switch the defense. Hutchinson picked up by Walker. 10 to shoot. Under 3 to play. Hutchinson down the right side. Pump fake. Throws it up off glass. No good. Rebound, Sean Gordon. Quickly to Jaden Johnson. Monarchs can't waste any time. Into the front court to our left. The freshman, chest pass to Davis. Now back to Jaden Johnson. Johnson, right-hand wing, goes to Blakeney. Back to Jaden. They work the perimeter. Nothing else going on. 15 seconds to shoot. Buchanan on the defense. Johnson turns, runs into trouble. A brick wall, needs help, gets it from Blakeney. 9 to shoot. RJ down the right side. He stops. Double pumper is no good, but he's fouled. A lot of time for that trip to the line. They got to cash it in.
You know, I do think you have to say, Ted, the refs have been pretty consistent in calling these, push fouls on the drives. It's you may not like the calls, but they've been consistent.
All right. And that's all you're looking for, right?
To me.
RJ has 2 points. First one, no good. Way off. He'll get one more.
He's got to get his hand under the ball, Ted. He had it the last time, and, how he's releasing it's going to lead to a line drive.
One more for Blakeney. Monarchs need to seize every scoring opportunity they have. And missing a pair of free throws is not the way to get it done. 72-66. 2:25 to go. Clock turning. Jones and Dura-Gordon match wits at the midcourt stripe. A one-bounce pass to Buchanan. Right side to Hutchinson. Hutchinson guarded by Robert Davis Jr. Now a one-bounce to Buchanan working against the freshman Johnson. A couple of bulls going at it in the ring here. Pass, left-hand side. Hutchinson penetrates down the lane. Travels, layup, no good. Rebound, Hanson. A shot blocked by Dura-Gordon. Gets it back again, and the foul's called. Activity off the offensive glass. Dura-Gordon picks up his third personal foul. Caesar off Mike Jones' bench. Hanson to the line, where he is 2 for 2 today. Sean Hanson.
Hutchinson's tried to make a lot of plays for GW, Ted, without being real efficient.
First foul shot's good. The lead is back to 7 at 73-66 with 1:59 to go. Caesar in, Blakeney out. One more foul shot coming for Hanson, who's got 10 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Second one, no good. Long rebound. Monarchs fumble it. No, Hanson touched it. No, the Monarchs fumbled it.
Oh, that's a killer there, Ted.
Third time GW's come away with the basketball after they missed a foul shot. Blakeney in for defense. Caesar out. And a fresh 20 with 1:58 to play. Mistakes like a pair of missed free throws and bumbling a rebound out of bounds. That costs you down the stretch. And here's Buchanan, left baseline. Pass is knocked out of bounds by Walker. 16 to shoot, 1:54 to play, 73-66 Revolutionaries.
The Monarchs got to dig in. GW is not looking like they're overly confident in handling the ball right now either.
Got to grab onto it when you get a chance. Drumgoole, baseline right, loops it in to Buchanan. Now once again, he battles Jaden Johnson, hands it off to Jones, who has that lefty three-stroke. The tune of 17 points here today. Drumgoole now against Walker, and we've got a double dribble called on Drumgoole.
That was the right call. I thought he actually had the ball hit his thigh before the ref called it.
Don't forget Monarch Basketball postgame show at the end of this one. We'll have scores, interviews, our play of the game, stats, and more. It's coming up at the end of this one. 1:42 to play, 73-66. GW leads ODU here in Norfolk. Caesar with the basketball in the backcourt, taking on Hutchinson. Gets a screen from Walker. Picks up the dribble, goes to Johnson. Johnson, left-hand side, Davis. Davis drives, left baseline into the corner, brings it back outside. Johnson on the left-hand side. He takes it all the way, and the layup is no good. Rebound tapped up, no good. Castro has the board. Monarchs missing a lot of layups in the second half as well.
That was too bad. Jaden got right to the rim there.
Into the front court. Monarchs a must stop now, down 7 with 70 seconds to play.
I almost think I would foul him right now.
They do. Robert Davis Jr. does just that to pick up his 4th personal, and it'll be 2 shots for Darren Buchanan Jr. That's the 9th team foul, I should say. He'll get a 1-and-1 now.
The Monarchs have been fortunate that once again GW shot poorly from the foul line, Ted.
Well, in GW, no field goals for the last 4:43. But the Monarchs have a scoring drought of their own of 2 minutes and 13 seconds. First one is no good. Front end of the 1-and-1 miss. Now let's get going. Caesar with the basketball. Races up the right-hand side. Cuts to the middle of the floor. Stops at the elbow. Almost loses it. Brings it back. Gets to the elbow. Fires a 2-pointer. No good. And the rebound comes down to Jones. 54 seconds to go. GW playing keep away. Drumgoole. They're going to foul him. Walker right before the midcourt stripe. It'll be 2 shots for Gerald Drumgoole, his first trip to the line where he's a 69% shooter.
Ted, and that's not a good shot for the Monarchs. You either want to get in and try to get something to the rim where you can get fouled or shoot a three. A contested pull-up doesn't really help you there.
Under Armour is proud to outfit Old Dominion University basketball in the world's most innovative footwear, uniforms, and training gear. Visit UA.com today to see Under Armour's full range of performance gear and footwear. Gerald Drumgoole, grad student. 2 shots. First of which is good. He's got 12. He was a factor in igniting this GW offense with 3 threes in the second half.
He had a very good second half, Ted.
One more. It's good. He's got 13, and it's 75-66 GW with 50 seconds to go.
Monarchs have to go quick, either get to the rim or shoot a three, and probably can try to get to the rim.
Full court pressure from GW, and then they call off the dogs as Johnson brings it up the right side. He's going to go coast to coast, put it up with the right hand, and in. He's got himself a career high.
And
Jaden
that's the
Johnson.
right play by Jaden, and Coach Jones immediately gets a timeout.
43.7 seconds to go, 75-68 for George Washington.
ID pause.
30-second timeout. Let's pause to allow stations to identify themselves. This is the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Your flagship home for ODU
Thank you. Stand by. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2.
Ted Alexander, Dennis Wolf here at Chartway Arena, Richie Somerville in our Monarch Game Day studios in Virginia Beach, wherever you may be on this first Saturday of December. We thank you for joining us for another good basketball game. Monarchs led by as many as 7 in the first half, took a 1-point lead into intermission, but GW has poured it on here in the second half. They led by as many as 13. Monarchs cut it to 6, but now the advantage is 75-68, and the Sands running through that hourglass, 43.7 to go.
They have to foul almost immediately, and if they have any way to foul Buchanan, that's who I'd foul.
And they'll do their best, GW, to keep it away from Buchanan. The inbounds pass is deflected and stolen by Blakeney, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by R.J. Blakeney. He had a hand on it.
I think they're going to have to look at that, Ted. Maybe not.
Dennis Wolf calling for a replay, but his word matters not.
Just thought at this point in the game, and it's still being close, you would take a look at anything that was tipped out of bounds.
Caleb Swanton-Rogers in there to disrupt the Darren Buchanan Jr. inbounds from in the corner right in front of the Monarch bench. He's jumping up and waving the arms, and they loop the pass. It's a home run ball that's going to be intercepted by Duragordon. Duragordon has it, looking for help. They'll bring it into the front court. Not much time to mess around. He's fouled there by Drumgoole, and Sean will go to the line. Check that. It's just the 16th foul. 34.3 seconds to go. Monarch basketball down 8.
Well, that was a couple of brain dead possessions right there by GW. I don't know what they're doing, throwing a pass like that and then fouling that far away from the basket.
Speaking of brain dead, make that a 7-point deficit, 75-68. So Jaden Johnson will inbound. Christian Jones will make it hard for him right in front of the Monarch bench. Side court. Monarchs need to catch and fire. Officials trying to figure it out here. Not sure.
I think there's a new rule, Ted. At this point in the game, it might just be 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, the shot clock now says 28.
So
if the Monarchs take 28 seconds,
right then.
If they take more than 28 seconds to shoot this thing, that's a bad idea. Here's Caesar down the right-hand side, off glass. Good, Devin Caesar. Timeout, Mike Jones. Caesar has 16. It's 75-70, 29.1 to go. Still need some help from the Revolutionaries.
It's going to be a full timeout, and strategy right now is only to foul right away. Maybe they put Cal on the ball and make it hard for them to get it in.
Well, they're bringing the chairs out, so let's take a timeout with it. 29.1 seconds to go. George Washington 75, Old Dominion nothing. The thrilling finish is next on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Clear.
Pepsi Zero Sugar.
All right, this is a bonus break. How long you want it? 30 a minute?
Yeah, go 30.
Crispy and cheesy, paired with delicious and refreshing. My mouth is watering already. Ooh, too hot. Yeah, we've all been there.
10 seconds.
Every bite is better with Pepsi.
5, 4, 3.
On the ODU Sports Radio Network.
ODU Athletics Seats for Service Members program presented by Diamonds Direct is aimed at offering Monarch fans a unique opportunity to give back. The Diamonds Direct Seats for Service Members program supports military members throughout the Hampton Roads community by sponsoring tickets to ODU athletic events. Every donation of $10 ensures that a seat is made available to local military groups. So join us in expressing gratitude to those who serve our community each and every day with the Diamonds Direct Seats for Service Members program. The Monarchs have held GW without a field goal for the last 5:21. So when there was 5:50 left, they got a field goal. None since then. That's how they've cut a 13-point deficit to just 5. GW to inbound. One bounce toward Jones. It's knocked by Dura-Gordon. Out of bounds. Almost.
Well, now the inbounder can't move, and now Coach Jones is going to put Cal in on the ball.
0 for their last 4 is GW. They lead at 75-70 with 27.8 to go. And now everybody's going to retreat to their corners again.
And they're going to look at it, Ted, which I'm confused why they're looking at this one and not the prior one.
Well,
would you have an answer for me on that?
Yes. They think this might be debatable, unlike the last one, which I thought could be debatable as well. But they're looking at the replay, and the only good things can happen for the Monarchs here because they ruled it out of bounds to GW. But Sean Dura-Gordon did a heck of a job getting his hand in front of that one.
Well, GW was looking very shaky against this full court pressure. And again, if he puts Cal on the ball, so the mindset is you're going to try to pressure the pass. If you can't make a steal on the inbound pass, you're going to foul immediately regardless of who it is. And these guys have shot free throws so poorly that, this thing, Monarchs could have 2 or 3 more shots at the basket.
GW 20 for 33 from the free throw line. The Monarchs tonight are 12 for 17.
I think the only one I would be a little hesitant to foul would be Hansen, who's a graduate student and veteran player, and he shot pretty well from the foul line in this game.
Leading scorers for Old Dominion, Devin Caesar, 16. Jaden Johnson, a career-high 16. Stephon Walker has another double-double with 13 points, 10 rebounds. On the other side, 17 for Christian Jones. Darren Buchanan Jr. has 13. And Gerald Drumgoole has 13. 10 for Sean Hansen. Mike Jones talking to Swanton Roger. It'll be GW ball. So Swanton Roger and Walker and Johnson and Dura-Gordon and Blakely playing defense. Try and go for the steal or foul. 28.4 to go, a 5-point GW lead.
Jaden Johnson needs to try to foul as he's denying Buchanan the ball here is what would be the smart play.
Hansen will try and inbound baseline with Swanton Roger waving his 7-foot whatever wingspan in front of him. Jumping and waving, and Hansen brings it in to Buchanan. Back
that's
to Hansen.
not right there.
There we go. And they finally foul Drumgoole after 3 passes, 24.5 seconds to go.
I don't know how they couldn't foul Buchanan there. He caught it, and we needed to be closer to him to foul him.
Well, I think the thing is they didn't have their heart in truly fouling. They're trying to go for the aggressive steal.
But he was a little bit off from Ted. So as soon as it appeared he was going to catch it, just come right up on him hard and foul him, make a play on the ball. And
all right, Drumgoole just went through 2 for 2 from the line, but this one's way short. No good. He'll get one more. 75-70, 24.5 to go. Caesar in, Davis Jr. in, Swanton Roger out, Blakely out.
GW's doing everything they can to give the Monarchs additional chances here.
And I appreciate they're
in the holiday. You've been talking about the holiday spirit. They're in it.
One more for Gerald Drumgoole Jr., grad student from Rochester. Good.
2-possession game.
And it was a 2-possession game a couple of moments ago. So couple of Robert Davis Jr. threes will get this thing to overtime.
To the rim or a three.
All right.
Nothing in between.
Caesar will inbound. Gets it to Jaden Johnson. Johnson slowed in the backcourt by Hutchinson. Goes all the way, coast to coast, drive and dish, and off Duragordon and out of bounds.
It was a good idea. Sean really wasn't ready for the pass.
Nope. A close quarters pass, but a pass that he should have caught.
Well, one of those passes handcuff you sometimes, Ted, when you're so close.
But that's the difference. I mean, you got to catch that, or you got to make a better pass.
They can't let a guy go long here.
They bring it in, knocked out of bounds by Walker. 16.7 seconds to go, 76-70 GW. Revolutionaries with the basketball. Hanson now, as it knocked out of bounds in front of the Monarch bench, will inbound from there with Swanton Roger waving his arms in front of him. One bounce, they get the ball in quickly. They foul Drum Goal, and he'll go back to the stripe with 15.5 to go and a 6-point lead. ODU women's basketball on many of these ODU Sports Radio Network stations tomorrow afternoon. They'll take on the Wolfpack of NC State. Is that a 2 o'clock tip-off, Richie?
Correct, 1:30 air.
1:30 air time. Matt Hatfield, Shauna DeBerry tomorrow afternoon. Old Dominion in Raleigh taking on NC State women's basketball. Drum Goal's next free throw is good. And that should do it. And that sort of 5-minute time span there, Dennis, around the 7-minute mark. When GW turned up the pressure a little bit, started hitting some threes, and the Monarchs got a little bit out of sync.
They got sped up. They were careless with the ball, and it enabled GW to get some run-out baskets where they had really struggled against the Monarchs' half-court defense.
Drum Goal hits the second. It's a 78-70 game, 15.5 seconds to go. Monarchs are going to go, barring a miracle, to 3-7. GW will go to 8-2. Here's Duragordon missing a layup, and that's been a theme here. 7 seconds to go, and they aren't going to foul him, and that's going to be our final. Final from Chartway Arena in Norfolk. George Washington, down 7 in the first half and 1 in intermission, comes back to beat Old Dominion by a final of 78-70. Monarch basketball postgame show next on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
This presentation of Old Dominion
Clear
by our Team Monarch partners, Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, lending peace of mind since 1996. Cox Business, you have what it takes, and at Cox Business, we have the IT solutions to help manage it all. Chartway Credit Union, we're more than a bank, we're where you belong. Centera, their mission is to improve health every day. Pepsi, that's what I like. And ODU Global. ODU Global, education for your world. Visit online.odu.edu. Now it's time for the Monarch basketball postgame.
10 seconds.
View stats, scores, our play of the game, and more. Once again,
5, 4, 3.
ODU Sports Radio Network.
We're live from Chartway Arena on the campus of Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia. It's the Monarch basketball postgame show. ODU falls to George Washington. 78-70 was the final score. Ted Alexander and Dennis Wolf here. We'll get to the scores with Richie in just a bit. But Dennis, this is a tough one because this one was there for the taking. But GW turned on the pressure and the Monarchs had some pipes burst.
Yeah, it was disappointing. They matched their intensity for 3 quarters of the game, Ted. And, you know, there was an improvement in the mental toughness and the physical toughness from some of the prior games. There was just that stretch, as you said, that, you know, there was mistakes with the ball that led to run-out baskets. The Monarchs ended up fouling them, and, you know, they got behind by like 13 or 14 points, and they fought hard to get back, but it was tough.
Monarchs held GW without a field goal for the last 5:50 of this game. That helped them cut a 13-point lead to 6, but they could get no closer, and they fall 78-70. And I think at the end of the day, when you look at the numbers, and maybe the numbers that tell the biggest story or the most important story, for Old Dominion, 14 turnovers that led to 18 GW points.
Yeah, those are the type of turnovers you can't have. If it's a dead ball turnover, Ted, that's one thing, but a live ball run out that ended up in layups or fouls really hurt the Monarchs. And it's a shame. Stefan and Jaden both played very well, but between them, they had 11 of the turnovers. And in Stefan's case, he was fighting so hard, but he ended up losing the ball in around the basket a couple of times. That really hurt the Monarchs.
8 ties, 10 lead changes, but the last lead change goes to our visitors from Washington, D.C. Final score, George Washington 78, Old Dominion 70. The Monarch Basketball postgame show continues in a moment right here on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Clear.
For some, it's just a game, but you know it's more. It's knowing a team can do more than any one individual can do alone. We agree, and that's how we play. At Town Bank, we believe in partnering with you. We support your dreams, and we prove it every day by helping make dreams reality. Town Bank and the Town family of companies, serving others, enriching lives. Member FDIC.
As the leader in modern indoor comfort across Monarch Nation, Bryant strives to help ODU fans discover premium home comfort. At Bryant, they're focused on their customers' needs, and they offer a proven track record of success, just like your ODU Monarchs. Bryant Indoor Comfort Solutions are designed, built, and supported by a network of industry experts across the state of Virginia. To find your local expert, visit BryantCoolsODU.com. Bryant is the official heating and cooling partner of ODU Athletics.
Highval Industries has been proudly serving the military and commercial customers in the Hampton Roads area for over 45 years. Highval specializes in the hydraulic and mechanical repairs on all military and commercial marine vessels. The company's ability to perform efficient, high-quality workmanship and interact as a valuable team player has earned the respect and confidence of its prime contractors, partners, and commercial customers. That's why Highval and the Monarchs are a winning combination. Come join Highval in supporting all of your ODU teams. Look them up at www.highval.com.
Looking for the perfect spot to chill, catch up with friends, and dig into some amazing food? Look no further than Chicho's. Since 1968, Chicho's has been serving more than just pizza. Whether you're craving their mouth-watering dishes, ice-cold drinks, or just want to kick back and watch the game, they've got you covered. Don't miss out on Wednesday's 99-cent wings from 5 to 9 p.m. That's right, just 99 cents. Plus, with karaoke, trivia, and live music all week, there's always something fun happening at Chicho's, where the food is hot, the drink
10.
Times never stop. Visit one of Chicho's 9 locations today.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2.
It's the Monarch Basketball postgame show from Chartway Arena. Monarchs fall to George Washington by a final count of 78-70. The band plays on as the Monarchs see their record sink to 3-7. They'll host Northeastern a week from tomorrow, 1 o'clock, part of a men's-women's doubleheader here at Chartway Arena. All right, Dennis, what's Mike Jones telling his team after a big win on Monday? You get back to work, you get 3 good days in, you come back, you have today's performance. What are you saying in the locker room after?
He's telling them he appreciates the effort they put in. He's telling them he appreciates the fight. You know, he's going to just talk to them again about not making the type of mistakes they made during that stretch where the game got away from them. I think that, you know, there was really some breakdowns in their one-on-one defense at that stretch where GW went from like a 4-point lead to like a 13 or 14-point lead. And, you know, I said it during the stretch, guys individually need to kind of dig in and keep their man out of the lane.
What did the Monarchs do well? They went down by 13 with 5:50 to go. They held the Revolutionaries without a field goal the rest of the way.
Well, they never gave up, Ted, and they played right to the final whistle. And, you know, again, I think, you know, and I don't want to speak for Coach Jones, but it would seem to me he's happy with how the rotation of the players is evolving. Everyone's getting a little bit better idea of their roles, and everybody's been trying to do the best they can in their role, and it's still a work in progress.
You've had the advantage, an opportunity to see this team, all the games, from the team that you saw down in the islands and the team you've seen the last 2 games.
A dramatic improvement. I think there's a competitiveness to them that wasn't there in the islands. There's a togetherness that wasn't there in the islands, and that's what they're going to have to continue to try to build on. And I think Coach Jones is to be commended about, you know, his mindset to try to foster that type of attitude.
Still to come on the Monarch Basketball postgame show, we'll hear from head coach Mike Jones. We will also run down the stats, get you our play of the game, and Richie Somerville has a look at the scoreboard. All coming up after the Monarchs fall to George Washington here in Norfolk, 78-70. This is the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Clear.
You are the North Star, the guiding light for the ones you love. Where you lead, they follow. And when you take care of yourself, they can stay healthy and strong, like you. You are the center of their universe. And the first step to their good health is yours. Bon Secours, primary, specialty, and emergency care. Healthcare for the universe of you.
Lifetime oil changes. That's how you win at Checkered Flag, where you always get the winner's edge with every new Toyota, Honda, Hyundai, Genesis, and Volkswagen. Lifetime oil changes and state inspections. Lifetime emergency towing. A 3-day money-back guarantee and a seamless one-person, one-price, 1-hour buying experience that puts you in the driver's seat. The winner's edge. Only at Checkered Flag, where winners buy.
Ashley has your ultimate game plan to bring home the style and comfort and create your perfect space to entertain this season. Score big savings on everything for your home with hundreds of styles in stock and ready for delivery from Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
I'll be interested in your
Shop all 6
nominees for
Ashley and the
Play of
new
the Game.
Ashley outlets in Hampton Road.
Right. Give me another break to cut some more stuff here.
Okay.
Atlantic Bay is all in for home ownership. They're also proud to be the official mortgage company of ODU Athletics. Your hometown lender loves helping Monarch alumni, the Hampton Roads community, and beyond create strong financial futures with outstanding mortgage products, local market knowledge, and service that will keep you smiling from contract to the closing table. Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, lending peace of mind since 1996. Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, LLC, NMLS 72043. NMLSConsumerAccess.org is an equal opportunity lender.
This
5, 4, 3.
Sports Radio Network.
Monarch basketball postgame show from Chartway Arena, 78-70 the final score. George Washington defeats the Monarchs, who get set for Northeastern a week from tomorrow, Sunday, the 15th of December. That's a 1 o'clock tip, part of a doubleheader here at Chartway Arena, men's and women's basketball. GW will host Army Friday, 7 o'clock at the Smith Center. Dennis Wolf alongside. The Monarchs go to 3-7. And I would think for many coaches, this time of year is the work in progress session. And this is where you're trying to figure out who plays best with whom and who can bring you the best results at different times during the game. From what you see from the evolution of this Monarch team, what can you tell us?
Well, I think some guys have kind of morphed into roles that look to me like that would be pretty permanent. You know, Jaden and Stefan and Sean Dura-Gordon have all kind of, established themselves. They pretty much do what they can do each game. I think Robert Davis Jr., he's been played with some foul trouble in some of these games. It's very important that the Monarchs can work him into the rotation. Again, GW, you have to credit them, Ted. They once again did what they've done in the games they've won. They made more free throws than we took. And, that's usually a formula for winning basketball. And, even with that, they still missed 14 free throws. So
it's so quirky because you mentioned that before the ball game began. They make more than their opponents take. And tonight, they were 23 for 37 from the foul line. The Monarchs were 12 for 17.
Well, and then, that's what they do. And they did it, especially in that stretch where the game got away from the Monarchs. They got to the rim or they got to the foul line on almost every possession.
All right, still waiting for head coach Mike Jones. We'll take a break, get to our stats, hear from the head coach, our play of the game coming up, plus scores. This is the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Toyota Thon is
clear.
Time to stop by your local Toyota dealer to check out all the great vehicles in Toyota's lineup, like the exciting new 25 Camry, stylish Corolla, or adventure-ready RAV4, all with great MPGs. Or hop in a rugged Tacoma or Tundra, ready for anything and everything you need to haul home for the holidays. Visit buyatoyota.com for local inventory, great deals, and more. But hurry, offers end January 6th. Toyota, let's go places.
Not everyone can upload an entire image library while directing a photo shoot and managing online bookings plus a website portfolio while simultaneously answering client calls after finding the perfect lighting and capturing the perfect expression. Whew. But you have what it takes. And at Cox Business, we have the IT solutions to help you manage it all. Visit coxbusiness.com for details. All services subject to Cox Business general terms.
At the Fish and Pig, they have the finest from land and sea.
All right, you want to go over a few of these?
Yeah.
All right, my leading contender, Sean Duragard, and a steal led to a Davis three-pointer. This is early second half. Well, not so early. Made it 50-49 with about the 12-minute mark of the half.
Perfect.
All right.
So Duragordon to Davis.
And remember, nobody.
Yeah.
Pig.
Duragordon stole it, lost it, regathered it, and then hit Davis. Davis got a three.
Okay.
Starts with a strong offense. That's why Centera Health Plans provides quality care and coverage for individuals, families, and businesses of all sizes. Our members benefit from progressive plans and products, including access to virtual care, health and wellness programs, and even special discount programs. Centera Health Plans is the trade name of,
by the way, Maury won 20-14.
Thank you.
Incorporated and Centera Behavioral Health.
Old Dominion basketball on the
3-2
network.
It's the Monarch Basketball postgame show live from Chartway Arena in Norfolk. Old Dominion falls to George Washington this afternoon. 78-70 was the final score. Still waiting to hear from head coach Mike Jones. We'll get you scores and our play of the game as well. But let's get to the individual numbers from tonight's contest. First of all, for our visitors from Washington, D.C., they had 4 players in double figures, led by Christian Jones off the bench. Number 2 was 7 for 8 shooting, 2 for 3 from 3, 1 for 3 from the foul line, 17 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. 16 points for number 5, Gerald Drumgoole Jr. He was 4 for 8 shooting, 3 for 4 from 3. They all came in the second half. 5 for 6 from the foul line, 16 points, 2 rebounds, a steal, and 3 turnovers for number 5, Gerald Drumgoole Jr. 13 points for number 3, Darren Buchanan Jr. He was 4 for 10 shooting, 0 for 3 from 3, 5 for 9 from the foul line, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, a block, and 3 turnovers for number 3, Darren Buchanan Jr. The other revolutionary in double figures was number 20, Sean Hansen. He was 3 for 4 shooting, 1 for 1 from 3, 3 for 4 from the foul line, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 2 turnovers for number 20, Sean Hansen. Number 0, Trey Autry had 7 points tonight for GW, 2 for 5 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3, 2 for 2 from the foul line, 7 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, and 1 turnover. Also 7 points for number 4, Jacoy Hutchinson. He was 2 for 10 shooting, 0 for 2 from 3, 3 for 7 from the free throw line, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 steals, and 3 turnovers for number 4, Jacoy Hutchinson. 4 points for number 1, Trey Moss on 1 for 4 shooting. He was 0 for 1 from 3, 2 for 2 from the foul line, 4 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist for number 1, Trey Moss. Also 4 points for number 30, Rafael Castro, who was 1 for 2 from the field, 2 for 4 from the foul line, 4 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists for Rafael Castro. The Revolutionaries shot 24 for 51 from the field. That's 47%. 7 for 17 from the three-point area. That's 41%. And as we mentioned, 23 for 37 from the foul line. That's 62%. Old Dominion out-rebounded GW today, 40-37. George Washington assisted on 12 of their 24 made field goals, turned it over 12 times for 14 Monarch points, had 9 steals and 3 blocks. Now for the Monarchs of Old Dominion University, 4 players in double figures, led by Jaden Johnson and Devin Caesar. Number 10, Jaden Johnson had a career-high 16 points on 6 for 12 shooting, 3 for 4 from 3, 1 for 2 from the foul line, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 5 turnovers for the freshman, number 10, Jaden Johnson. We mentioned number 13, Devin Caesar, in his 16 points. He was 5 for 12 shooting, 1 for 3 from 3, 5 for 5 from the foul line, 16 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal for Devin Caesar. The other Monarch in double figures was number 0, Stephon Walker, who was 6 for 14 shooting, 0 for 2 from 3, 1 for 2 from the foul line. A double-double for Walker, 13 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 6 turnovers for number 0, Stephon Walker. 9 points today for number 6, Sean Duragordon, on 3 for 10 shooting. He was 0 for 2 from 3, 3 for 4 from the foul line, 9 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals for Sean Duragordon. He also scored 1 block shot for Old Dominion today. 8 points for number 4, Robert Davis Jr. on 2 for 5 shooting. He was 2 for 4 from 3, 2 for 2 from the foul line, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 turnovers for Robert Davis Jr. today. 2 points for Danny Pounds, number 11. He was 1 for 3 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3. 2 points, 3 rebounds, a block, and a turnover for number 11, Danny Pounds. 2 points for number 23, R.J. Blakeney on 1 for 5 shooting, 0 for 2 from 3, 0 for 2 from the foul line. 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 steal, 1 assist for R.J. Blakeney, number 23. Number 42, Ben Nacy, played more than he ever had, 8 minutes today. He was 1 for 2 from the field, had 2 points and 2 rebounds and 2 blocks in those 8 minutes of work. Caden Diggs did not score in his 5 minutes of action. The Monarchs shoot 26 of 64. That's 40.6% from the field. They were 6 for 18 from beyond the arc. That's 33%, and 12 for 17 from the foul line. That's 70.6%. Old Dominion, 14 assists on 26 made buckets. They turned it over 14 times, turned into 18 GW points. And I mentioned their 40-37 rebounding advantage. We also added the 6 steals and 6 blocks for the Monarchs here today. Throw it all in the hopper, and the Monarchs fall to GW 78-70. We're pleased to be joined by the head basketball coach at Old Dominion, Mike Jones. Coach, your thoughts on this one?
Tough one. Our toughness level was not what it was on Monday, and it needed to be. We had a couple of keys tonight. One-on-one defense, 1, keep them off the free throw line, 2, and then playing with great pace on our end of the floor. And I mean, I'm just being honest. I think we were 0 for 3 on all 3 of those areas, and that's the game. So we got to be better.
Those 3 areas really crystallized during that one stretch in that second half where it got away from you. It was almost like all of that kind of came together. Do you think the guys got fatigued at that point?
Yeah, probably a little bit, but I mean, honestly, toughness doesn't allow you to succumb to that, and we needed to lock it in and really grind that section out. 1 bad play can't turn into 2. 2 bad plays can't turn into 3. And that's a huge part of the game. That's going to be a huge part of the rest of our season. We can't have runs like that where we go into a hole. And we got to get better.
So once you dig the hole, you hold them for 5 minutes and 50 seconds, the last 5:50 without a field goal to get yourself back in the ball game. What was the breakdown, do you think? I mean, we saw a lot of missed second chance opportunities. Was that fatigue? Was that rushing? Was that just bad luck? Was that good defense?
Yeah, I mean, you're playing a team that's as physical as they are, and they've got, Castro, a really good shot blocker in there. I just felt like we just didn't do a good enough job when we got an opportunities. And again, we can't afford to do that. We're capable of beating anybody we play, but we're also capable of the alternative. And when you don't do the small things, when you don't box out, when you don't guard, and then when you don't finish when you get your opportunities, those things add up.
It seemed to me, Mike, in the first half, in particular, the guys were locked into the scouting report. They didn't close out too far where they were giving driving lanes, and they would encouraging some of those guys that weren't great shooters to look for outside shots. And then as the game went up and down in the second half, GW was able to kind of get ahead of steam and get to the rim. And, forgetting about the guy on the ball, the rest of the guys didn't seem to rotate in to help the way they should have.
Yeah, and just, individual defense tonight was huge because the shooters they do have are always in the corners. And if you get beat off the dribble now, we've got to be in rotation, and guys that are guarding the shooter in the corner have to help a little bit. And that was the frustrating part tonight, because every time we felt like we could maybe get something going, they got one of those corner threes because we couldn't keep the ball in front of us. So a lot of things to learn from. And on to Northeastern.
Northeastern on Sunday, exams between now and then. What will we be working on other than everything?
I know with the state of college basketball, the student athlete is not really celebrated as much as it used to be, but give these guys an opportunity to do what they came here for and get that education. So they're locked into doing the best job they can to get prepared for their exams. Again, I've talked about the gaps in between our games in the month of December. So we have plenty of time to get ready for Northeastern. So we'll be able to balance being the student and getting our team back together and getting ready for this game on next Sunday.
Coach, appreciate the time. We'll see you on Sunday.
Thanks.
That's head coach Mike Jones. Monarchs fall to George Washington here at Chartway tonight. Final score was 78-70, and we'll continue in a moment on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Claire, let's keep you moving and doing what you love. As the region's largest, most comprehensive orthopedic practice, they've been serving Hampton Roads for over 100 years. Multiple locations across Hampton Roads, 24 physicians, and 8 different specialties. Spine and scoliosis, sports medicine, hand to shoulder, total joint replacement, foot and ankle, orthopedic oncology, pain management, physical therapy, and with their AOS Now walk-in clinics, no appointment is necessary. As leaders in orthopedic health, Atlantic Orthopedic Specialists is proud to be the team physicians for Old Dominion University.
For some, it's just a game. But you know it's more. It's knowing a team can do more than any one individual can do alone. We agree, and that's how we play. At Town Bank, we believe in partnering with you. We support your dreams, and we prove it every day by helping make dreams reality. Town Bank and the Town family of companies, serving others, enriching lives. Member FDIC.
As the leader in modern indoor comfort across Monarch Nation, Bryant strives to help ODU fans discover premium home comfort. At Bryant, they're focused on their customers' needs, and they offer a proven track record of success, just like your ODU Monarchs. Bryant Indoor Comfort Solutions are designed, built, and supported.
21. We got one more to go.
To find your local expert, visit BryantCoolsODU.com. Bryant is the official heating and cooling partner of ODU Athletics.
Toyotathon is on, making now the perfect time to stop by your local Toyota dealer to check out all the great vehicles in Toyota's lineup, like the exciting new 25 Camry, stylish Corolla, or adventure-ready RAV4, all with great MPGs. Or hop in a rugged Tacoma or Tundra, ready for anything and everything you need to haul home for the holidays. Visit buyatoyota.com for local inventory, great deals, and more. But hurry,
10.
Toyota, let's go places.
This
5, 4, 3.
Sports Radio Network.
Back live at Chartway Arena in Norfolk. Monarchs fall to George Washington 78-70. Pleased to be joined by number 10, Jaden Johnson, the freshman who had 16 points and 4 rebounds and 7 assists. And Jaden, heck of a ball game, but I'm sure you would have rather had the W, huh?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Tell me about how you saw this one unfold here tonight.
I think first half we came out, executed the game playing well, went to halftime with a lead. I felt like it was a stretch during the second half. We kind of let it get away from us, and they were able to build a lead, and then it was kind of hard just to get back and recover from it. So I think that's what happened.
You know, and again, we compliment you on air all the time, Jen, for how hard you work defensively on the ball. And I think, you know, hopefully that'll be a contagious thing, because I think that's seemingly what sometimes hurt you guys at some other spots. You know, they were able to kind of drive it in and either get a point blank layup or get to the free throw line. What's the guy's mindset after you lose a close game like this?
It's definitely tough. It's definitely one, you know, we would have rather won, but I feel like our mindset, all the guys, we know that we understand that we have 3 more games in the month of December, and we're just focused on making sure we get a win in all 3 of those. So, you know, it's definitely a heartbreaker, but at the end of the day, we got to move on to the next one and hopefully get a win.
A month ago, you hadn't played a college game in your life. What have you learned about yourself and your game in the last month?
Just toughness is key. That's definitely something I learned. Just being out there, being tough, you'll definitely have some success. So,
can you teach yourself to be tough? Are you born tough, or do you become tough, or everything?
I mean, I feel like it's a little bit of everything. I feel like it's different for everybody. Some people are born tough. Some people are forced to end up being tough. But I feel like it's just a mindset at the end of the day.
My observation would be that you've had all 3, and I think, you know, Ted, it's an interesting thing when some guys come into college and they don't take anything for granted, and they're going to fight to earn their spot, as Jaden has done. You know, you're to be commended, because you're fighting to earn your spot, and then you're fighting to try to help the team win.
What else can you do to help this team? What does this team need? How can you guys come together? Signs of life in the last couple of games, better performances than in the Islands, but still not quite over the top. What can you do next?
Just making sure we're locked in for all 40 minutes. I feel like we have certain stretches where we're great, and then we seem to, you know, just back down a little bit or or slack a little bit. If we could just bring it all together for 40 minutes, everybody just bring toughness, I feel like we'll definitely be able to win a lot of games.
How much fun is it playing in front of these fans here?
Oh, man, it's amazing, man. When that arena's rocking, it's no better feeling.
Well, we'll see you on Sunday against Northeastern.
Absolutely.
And good luck with your exams.
Good luck with the exams.
Oh, thank you.
He's a freshman, has to learn how to do that as well.
Absolutely.
Jaden Johnson joining us. Appreciate it. Monarchs fall to GW today, 78-70, and we'll get back to our play of the game when we return on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Clear. Excuse me.
Evo Sandwich Reviews, we've got the tips and tricks to the best sandwich order. And it all starts with this little guy right here. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Partial to pastrami, craving a Cubano. Yeah, sounds delicious, but boom! Add the crisp, refreshing taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar and cue the fireworks.
Well done.
Lunch, dinner, or late night, it'll be a sandwich worth celebrating. Trust me, your boy's eaten a lot of sandwiches in his day, and the one thing I can say with absolute fact, every bite is better with Pepsi.
You are the North
it's
Star.
The Duragordon steal,
the guiding
and he
light
fumbles
for
it,
the
and he
ones
gets it
you
back,
love.
and he goes to Davis for a three
Where
to make
you
it
lead,
50-49.
they follow. And when you take care of
Remember that
yourself, they can stay healthy and strong, like you. You are the center of their universe. And the first step to their good health is yours. Bon Secours, primary specialty and emergency care.
This is our final
Healthcare
one, right,
for the
Richie?
universe of you.
Correct.
All right, sir. Well done today.
Lifetime oil changes. That's how you win at Checkered Flag.
Who do you got, Marshall or the Raging Cajuns?
I'm hoping for Marshall.
Honda, Hyundai, Genesis, and Volkswagen.
Got to stick with the East, huh?
Emergency towing, a 3-day money-back guarantee, and a seamless one-person, one-price, 1-hour buying experience that puts you in the driver's.
Georgia's up 10-6 in the third. Carson Beck got knocked out at halftime.
Oh.
Well, right before half.
With Chartway Credit Union, we've got the tools.
People online are joking, well, does that mean they're going to get left out of the playoff like Florida State did?
Oh.
Auto and home loans, but flexible
The answer to
checking
that is
options
no,
too.
because they're in
And
the
you'll
SEC.
also be supported.
The answer to that is no, because they got 12 teams now, not 4.
And they're in the SEC.
The answer is both. All right, stand by. 10 seconds.
Federally insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility subject to verification.
5, 4, 3.
Network.
Monarchs fall to George Washington's revolutionary 78-70 was the final score. It's the Monarch basketball postgame show from Chartway Arena, where there were 5,109 here watching this one. Good ball game, Dennis, and it just the Monarchs had a small stretch where the Revolutionaries imposed their will and got things done. Got the lead to 13. Monarchs cut it to 6. Ended up falling by 8.
Well, and starting off with Ted, there was for a Saturday afternoon game, there was a heck of a crowd in here today. They were totally into it. You know, as Coach Jones said, the Monarchs are not at that point where they can have breakdowns in some of the things they've talked about all week, whether it's a possession here or there or it's a little stretch like they had in the second half. It's going to be tough to recover from those things.
Time for our Checkered Flag play of the game, brought to you by Checkered Flag. Checkered Flag, where winners buy. What do you think?
Well, you know, the play where Duragorn went in the lane and kind of fumbled it, but it was able to kick it out to Robert Davis Jr. for a 3.
It's our Checkered Flag play of the game.
Down to the right blocks. Burrows in. Burrows under. Runs into trouble. Throws it off Hanson. Stolen by Duragorn. They steal it back. Duragorn steals it once again. We go the other way now. Monarchs with the basketball. Duragorn into the right-hand corner. This is Robert Davis Jr. pulling up for 3. Go!
And a very nice play by Sean Duragorn, drawing the defense to him and getting an open shot for Robert Davis Jr.
50-49, GW, 12-15 to go.
That's our Checkered Flag play of the game. I mean, that play was in that segment where the Monarchs fell behind by 13. A lot of times the game was going faster than the ball was. You know what I mean? It seemed like things sped up a bit.
You have to credit GW to some degree, Ted. They upped their defensive intensity on the ball. They made it harder for the Monarchs to run offense, and they created some turnovers and runouts that really gave them the little bit of cushion that they maintained to the end.
I think at the end of the day, it was a good basketball game, a competitive basketball game, and the Monarchs have shown us more in the last 2 games than they have all season.
I would say this has been a positive week for the Monarchs, and you know, if they can kind of follow up on this with a good week of exam work and it's going to be another tough game. Northeastern is going to be very similar to the way GW plays, and they're well coached, and we're familiar with them because the ODU's played them the last 3 or 4 years. But with the roster changeover, they have different guys, but they play this type of style.
So what you're telling me, Dennis, is that for Old Dominion basketball, the exams don't end on Friday. They end on Sunday when the Huskies of Northeastern come to town.
I guess that's what I'm telling you, Ted. I hadn't started my thought process with that, but as usual, you end my thought process in the right spot. So yes. Yes to all.
I enjoy ending his thought process. That's going to do it for our broadcast here today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, the final score, George Washington 78, Old Dominion 70 for Jonathan Agnello and Eric Bohannon and Dennis Wolf and David Jones and Justin Ross and Sarah DeGratula. This is Ted Alexander saying so long from Chartway Arena in Norfolk. Now let's find out what else is going on from the world of college basketball, football, and more. One more time across town to our Virginia Beach studios, Richie Somerville with one more look at the scores. Richie, take it away.
All right, Ted, thank you very much. Let's go right to the Sun Belt basketball scoreboard today. Marshall falling at UNC Wilmington.